and beat up too. It's a cycle of violence that has to be stopped, and it's not helping. It's crazy that this is going on. If you want to protest the government at the embassy. You don't protest at a mosque. You don't protest at a church. In Texas, there was some woman that tried to drown 2 Palestinian kids at a pool.
God.
I mean, it's crazy, this stuff that's going on. And we have to get back to, this morning I was just reading the farm reports from around the country because I was wondering.
That's why we love you, Rick.
I read the farm reports.
Reading farm reports.
Because the flooding that's going on is going to affect inflation a lot. And that's one of the things that we have to talk about is the reason for inflation. Because right now, everybody believes that Biden is the cause for inflation and not things like fields being flooded so you can't grow crops and cows dying. And these are the things that we really have to pay attention to because, frankly, people don't really understand, understand things like crops and produce and, the meat and fish. So, these are the things that are going to affect people in their pocketbooks, and they get people out to vote. So those are the things we really have to start talking about.
Yeah, I want to say I posted something to the top of the room here. It just says MSNBC. It's actually a Washington Post article that MSN picked up. This is about the double haters, which is been written about more and more. And these are the folks who are probably, it seems, going to decide the election, right? There are several polls of the double haters in swing states, right? And these are the people that say they don't like the choices. What's scary about some of the data here is that they skew more towards the Democratic Party. The double haters, self-identified, tend to be, the majority of them tend to be young and of color, Black or Hispanic. And I think the worrisome thing is like what Rick says, is it hurts turnout. I don't worry that the double haters on the Democratic side of the aisle are going to have some weird moment and go vote for Trump. I think the fear, like Rick says, is that they stay home or they vote for Kennedy, which is a weird thing. But I think that's the issue: is do you get a low turnout election because of the double haters, and does that wind up favoring?
Yeah, totally. No, it's exactly what Rick was talking about, the double haters. And there you look, I'm working with double haters too, but from the Republican side, the Republicans and the Republican independents who hate Trump but are afraid to vote for Biden. We got to work on them. We got a couple other people we wanted to hear from, Renee and then Andrew. Renee? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Yes, today again and many times before, this project 2025 has been mentioned. Yeah. And I want to ask 2 questions about it. I want to ask them both in a row. If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Francine or Barbara said, this is a global project, yes? And then somebody, I think David, said yes. I mean, I didn't read the 900 pages.
I did not say yes. It's an America thing. It's dismantling internally.
Yes, exactly. So it's not a global project. And now I have only one more question. In what form and when did Donald Trump ever associate himself to Project 2025? I don't know. So I want to know. I want to hear it because you use it as an argument against him. So he must associate himself with it. Please,
well, he's somebody who delegates everything because he frankly doesn't have the capability of doing anything himself. So you got to think of him like the mob boss that he is. He just barks out what he wants, and he expects his people to follow through. So, Donald Trump say, I want to create Project 2025? No. No, this is Steve Bannon and Stephen Miller.
That's how the Supreme Court justices came through the Heritage Foundation. I would say that the linkage is through the Heritage Foundation. And they've workshopped this because they had Trump the first time, and it's a permission structure to do it better next time. And that's what the Project 2025 is. In fact, one of the authors was getting grilled by a Democratic woman from Houston in the House, and he straight up admitted that yes, he drafted it, yes, he was doing it for these purposes, and there was no shame there. Now, the direct linkage, that's the magic, the genius of Trump, is he doesn't have to be pinned down on anything because he knows he's going to reverse his position. He knows he's going to fuck up Roe v. Wade and then have to say that it's in the hands of the states. And he took credit for it, but now he's not taking credit for it. So it's the superposition of not having a position that is the catch-22 for the Democrats. Yeah. So I would just say Project 2025 is absolutely a Heritage Foundation right-wing part of the Republican Party, and they're putting in people in the position. I mean, who was the guy that was promoted to in Trump's administration because Trump got off a phone call and was like, "Hey, can you do that better, Mr. Bag Carrier guy?" And the bag carrying guy now is promoted in the party.
Yeah. I forget his name. Yeah, it's exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, I want quickly to say why I ask that. I think in any kind of political campaigning, it is usually not effective to blame people for something they do not associate themselves with. You don't gain any points because the counter arguments are so easy to be made. So I would kind of, from the argumentative point of view, I would drop talking about Project 2025 in connection with Trump. It is fine to talk about it with the Heritage Foundation. Everybody who signed off, which is also Conservative Women for America and whatever. It's really astounding. But it's not Trump. So I think...
Well, Trump won't admit to January 6th. So we can't talk about January 6th because Trump won't admit that he's connected to the coup. You're ceding too much ground to what is admitted on the other side, which is nothing. They never admit to anything. They're there to talk about how the wall was effective, and Putin would not have gone into Ukraine on the special military operation if he was the president because they had such a good relationship. And Kim Jong-un, remember we did watch the Puff piece, and what does come out of his mouth is false, and nobody has the integrity to tell him he's lying when he says the lie. So when else are we going to fact check it when he's the president and 2025 is proven to be his baby? It's too late then.
Yeah, I think go ahead, Barbara.
I do have a concern that we give him so much airtime. I don't know what to say about it other than that, but I just have this yucky feeling we're feeding the beast. That's all I want to say. I'm done.
The problem is it leads into his MO. If you know about Donald Trump, his mentor was Roy Cohn. And Roy Cohn, outside of his, being the McCarthy hearing a lawyer, he was a mob lawyer. He represented Gotti. He represented some of the most notorious mafia characters in New York City. And he taught Donald Trump from the beginning, never get tied down. So that's, his main reason for not doing email. He was taught never write anything down, so he doesn't do email. He also, whenever he says something, he usually says it both ways. He usually says that, like he did with the thing where he said, these are all terrible people coming from Mexico, but some of them are good. He does it all the time. He will say something that's very specific, that's an order, and then he'll give the non-order along with it so that he has plausible deniability. He speaks in plausible deniability. Everything that he says is plausible deniability because he knows that at heart he's a criminal. Someday he's going to get caught, and he wants to have plausible deniability. So the problem is that if you don't tie it to the mob boss will never be caught. So, that we've got to do it. It's like whether or not it gives him airtime, Project 2025 is for Donald Trump. He didn't think it up. They did it for him. He delegated it by nodding his head and saying, take care of this. So he owns it. He owns it. It is him. And I think we can use it against him. Anyway, Andrew, you're up next. What's the well? First of all, what happened with the Stanley Cup? Is it all over
Tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh my goodness!
Yep.
All of Canada will be on their television.
We're standing on the border. We've got big Edmonton Oilers flags and megaphones, and we're all cheering. And we're certain that they'll hear us in Florida. We're certain.
Well, at least you have your priorities straight.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're all congregated near the border anyway. Most of the
That's
population.
true.
You know. But I have four
go ahead.
words for you in relation to what you were just talking about. This double speak. Stand down and stand by.
Yep.
Stand back. They didn't stand down. He would. The important part is stand back.
He likes the alliteration.
Yeah, well, you know.
Standing back is not standing down. It's a totally different thing, right?
But stand by.
Wait for me.
Stand by is the key. Regardless of how he said it at the beginning part, stand by is the key. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Today Go ahead. Ask. Go ahead.
No, I'll go after you.
Okay, today in Canadian politics, which is, I know is, you're all at the edge of your seat. They're having a by-election in St. Paul, which is a riding in Toronto, a fairly wealthy riding, and it's been a Liberal stronghold for 30 years, and the predictions are it's going to be close. So this just shows you that I think the tide in the country, the mood in the country has changed, that they are ready for a change, and not, I don't think it's like, we want to go right now. It's just they're ready for a change from Trudeau. So any change is a change, right?
Yeah.
Regardless. So I think that's kind of where the country's at right now. We'll see later today what happens. It should be interesting. I think probably the Liberals will eke it out. But that's just the same as a loss, I think.
But you have an ultra-right wing that has any power? Because my sense, it's always gone from center-left to center-right and back to center-left again. That the way right and the way left have never really gained any power. Yeah,
but, the right has elements of the far right in it, like within the party. They're there.
Okay.
So how much it informs their policy, well, I'm not seeing any policy yet because they're holding their cards close to their vest, but because it's still a year out for our election campaign. But
you're not feeling like it's a 5-alarm fire like we are.
I always feel like it's a 5-alarm fire when it's Conservatives, because I just find their policies are very mean-spirited for the most part. It's a tough call, but I don't vote for them. I don't vote for the Liberals, really. I've kind of gone green just as more of a protest, and just because I'm just sick of the main parties. They all basically have the same. They're very close, to being the same thing. But I think the Conservatives are just a bit meaner in their policies. So I tend away from them, definitely. But that's what we're waiting for here. And the only other thing is, Kyle's still in the room?
I think he left.
Oh, too bad, because I had it.
No, Kyle's here.
Yeah. Oh, yes?
I was just reading an article, I think it was in The Guardian, and it's about a chat bot. It's coming for geoscientists, and it uses Alibaba, and I can't remember the other name of the large language model that they're using. It's not available to the public yet, but it is directed at geoscientists in terms of earth science. So one of the things that somebody raised, I think he's a UK gentleman, and posted an article in the Geophysics News or whatever they do, is that they feel that there might be a bias because of the Chinese government has money into this thing. And of course, China's looking for minerals all over the world, so they feel that they may be using disinformation within the large language model in terms of discovering deposits of new minerals. So if you're a geoscientist from, say, Latvia or wherever, you may not get that information. So anyway, it's an interesting article. I'll post it in the chat for Kyle because he'll love it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Andrew.
Well, I just read up on Project 2025, and it really has, as Renee said, nothing to, I think it was Renee, had nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the entire Republican, the entire conservative agenda, which is why it was done by the Heritage Foundation, and it jives very quickly with, it's very completely with something I see in Arizona.
Oh, please, I'm serious. I don't understand what's happening in this space. Why you're now going to try to tell us, Dr. Francine, that there's legitimacy to something many of us have been reading since it came out.
Guess what?
So
I didn't say that, Jane. Let me finish.
To her politely? Can you speak to her politely?
Kyle, you're not her dad. She's not your mom.
Yeah, but you
I'm
still,
speaking to her
your
as an adult.
behavior
Kyle,
doesn't
we're barely in this room. You're on Kyle, so shut the fuck up.
Come on.
Oh, there it is. Good show of color.
Yes.
All right, listen.
Don't waste time on people like you. Dr. Francine, I can't.
Good show of behavior.
Kyle,
Can we
stop
behave like adults?
interrupting me.
Whoa.
Everybody can go nuts. Go ahead. Go.
All right, let's do this because Jane is up here because first of all, I want her up here, and I'm glad that she wanted to come up.
I didn't want to. I was forced.
Well, yeah, no, because I do have, Francine, I have to say that I do have a hard time criticizing you because I like you so much. But the truth is, what Jane's saying is what I believe, is that I can't believe you're saying this about Project 2025. It's an incredibly dangerous document. It is absolutely but listen, it is Donald Trump. Do not disassociate it from Donald Trump. If you disassociate it from Donald Trump, you are diminishing the power of what it means. It's
Really,
the core.
Ben?
It's literally the core of what the problem is. It's the core of it.
I live in Arizona, where the right is trying to get rid of Donald Trump. It's way to the right of Donald Trump. I'm trying to tell you, it's more dangerous.
Nothing right now is more dangerous than Donald Trump. You can have
Barbara's not muted.
It doesn't matter because all of the crazy shit ain't gonna happen unless Donald Trump becomes president. That's the only way any of this is gonna see the light of day.
Okay, that's true, but Donald Trump is being fought on his right flank by Mike Flynn and a whole bunch of other guys who don't even want him to be nominated.
Donald Trump has no flank.
No flank.
What is this? His
Flynn
right flank
is
he has no flank. He picks up whatever flank he wants to empower himself. He has no flank.
I'm just telling you that the Republicans who are behind Project 2025, who are people that live in Arizona, the Republicans don't want him either because they don't think he can win. And so they, on their right side, are trying to get him knocked out at the Republican convention. And there have been all kinds of conspiracies. I don't make this stuff up. I just live in it.
This is news to me, and I find that hard to believe.
I'll put it in the chat.
I want to check one thing about Project 2025.
I have one question. Do these Republicans that you are talking about want the agenda or a significant amount of the agenda?
All of it. They want all of it.
that's in Project 2025.
They want all of it, Rick, all of it.
Yes, and that's what I am seeing. That Project 2025 is not designed by Trump. It's designed for Trump.
For Trump.
By other people who are trying to get this stuff enacted and legislated.
And they're afraid Trump can't win.
I see it here in my county. The Republicans are trying to change our election system to get rid of, they want to get rid of like voting drop boxes. They want to get rid of early voting. They actually had a kind of a secret meeting of the county supervisors. But luckily, the two, Democrats announced very quickly, and we got a lot of people to go in there and speak to it. But they are getting some of this stuff done, even in blue states. Project 2025 is not a Trump thing, but they know that Trump will sign it. And that's the thing that we have to talk about. It's not just Trump. There's a lot of people that know that they can get Trump to do exactly what they want him to do as long as he gets his money.
Rick, are you in like Huntington Beach, OC, somewhere like that?
No, I'm in Ventura County.
Oh, okay. There's been some crazy, people don't know about how far right that area has gone to. They're trying to shut down their libraries and everything.
It's really bad there.
And Jane, hold tight, because after Breyer, I want to give the stage to you so that you can do some venting.
I don't really care about what person it is for the moment, but just objectively as somebody who, this is kind of my job, right? Part of Project 2025 is to have explicitly everybody in the federal government removed and only reemployed if they will sign a loyalty pledge, quote, swearing fealty to Donald Trump and his mission. This is the same move that Adolf Hitler did when they did the purge after taking over. Not metaphorically, not hyperbolically, just literally, and a lot of other fascists have as well. So to disentangle it from Donald Trump would mean to remove it from the material realities. The two of the core components are Donald Trump wins, and not that you purge everybody that isn't loyal to the Republican Party. I want to make this really explicit. But you purge everybody who won't sign a loyalty pledge to Donald Trump. So to disentangle Project 2025 from Donald Trump would miss two of the most core components. I don't think it's an incidental fact that Donald Trump is running. I think it's that a lot of other Republicans wouldn't have done anything like this. But I think it's also that he is a fascist and is emboldening other fascists. And, it's funny, there's some people here who are very picky about that word. I think he is a wannabe fascist. I think it's not incidental that, his first moves are praising people like Bolsonaro, praising people like Kim Jong-un, listen when he strikes his favorite leaders and Orban and others. It's the writing's on the wall, and I think Project 2025 is showing that there is a massive anti-democratic, dangerous movement that has always been there. Because a lot of these people, like you said, they're Heritage Foundation people. They're embedded in the political apparatus. And if Trump died tomorrow, those people wouldn't stop. So there's a threat there. And I almost think we over want to identify with one person. It's easy and quick and simple for us to be like, it's all Trump. Trump is explicitly a part of it. Just like Adolf Hitler was not the only person that emboldened the Nazis, but it was a big component. So these are something inextricably linked. And I do think, if you just objectively look at the contents, I would not want. I'm not let's say I had I was more of a Bernie fan, right? Let's say Bernie won. I would not want Bernie to purge the entire federal government of career workers and then make them sign a loyalty oath to himself. I would never back that. And I think that's where we just need to say, this is
thank you.
This is and it's its own thing. But yes, you literally cannot separate from Donald Trump. And I think there's a weird move. the right of Donald Trump is hard to imagine because he pals around with actual self-avowed Nazis and then said he just didn't know. Who's the dude who used to be on here who wanted to export all the immigrants and have women not be allowed to work? I can't remember the guy's name, but anyway, he had him over to the White House for dinner. Like, it's hard to go further right.
Nick Fuentes?
Yeah. He had dinner with Fuentes and then claimed he didn't know he didn't like Jews because it was, after October 7th. And this is the kind of move that I just think we should embrace, which is the only reason Trump probably didn't switch to the leadership is because there are some mechanisms that might challenge it. And with the current Supreme Court, it's making it easier to move in those directions. So anyway, I just wanted to say that, and you can argue and squabble, but I think it's very important to look at the actual contents of Project 2025. And you always have to read it. But
right, that's what I did. And also put that article in the chat.
Okay.
From the Washington Post about the thing from Trump's right flank.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Thanks for that, Breyer. You did make a lot of good points. I want to go to Jane, and then Scotty, I imagine you're sort of boning up as to what's going on here, and we'll go to you after Jane's done. So stage is yours, Jane.
Well, thank you. First, for the record, I respect Dr. Francine. I have told her this, and she and I have a relationship that we'll navigate without the help, unasked for help from anyone here. Number two, I learned from Breyer in Debate Dojo the idea of a terminal argument, and he just made a really good one, so I'll let that sit. He speaks for me. You can't dissociate it from just what Breyer said. I wish we had the replays on.
There you go. Thanks, Jane. I concur. Scotty, do you have some thoughts on all of this? Have you absorbed it? I know you do.
I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going to yield the balance of my time.
There you go. What a parliamentarian you are. Okay. Well, you know what? Because we still have another 30 minutes, why don't I kick it back to Scott? We haven't actually heard your opinion about this whole thing. You've been sitting back with your joke writers trying to figure out some ways to lighten the air in the room. But I know that you have some opinions about about the podcast and about just in general about the Project 2025. So, Reverend Jones, are you there?
Yeah. I think this is. I mean, look, this is fascism in our midst, right? I mean, it's very interesting because I mean, Trump isn't smart enough to be a fascist ideologically, but he's fascist. His disposition is so fascist, right? That's why he likes these dictators, right? When he goes, he's so impressed with them, that he just loves the cult of personality, which is so intriguing. It's very interesting that anybody would bond with Kim Jong-un. Although given they both do have terrible haircuts, so I mean they do have that in common. But yeah, I mean the loyalty of how can you say this is not tailor-made for Donald Trump, right? I mean the whole loyalty oath thing. I mean this is just this is scary. I mean this is a kind of scary thing, and again with the podcast stuff, I just think. My thoughts about this are that this is I don't know that it's all that interesting. I mean I think that this is something. Look, we're in a two-party system, right? So inevitably people will vote for Donald Trump, who don't necessarily love Donald Trump, but they will like the things in a sort of right-wing agenda that he can give them. Right? They don't have the integrity of, say, the Never Trumpers. I remember William Crystal in the first go-round of Trump saying, nothing is worth this. No justices are worth this. No tax cuts are worth this. Yeah. Nothing, right? Like, and then this is a movement conservative, right? A guy that's...
Oh, I used to despise him, but he has definitely come up to the plate.
Yes, and he's just said nothing in our agenda is worth this. That we're selling our soul for. So, I mean, I think... I think that these things are and I think we got to call them for what they are. And I think, Ben, that's helpful in the room, right? I mean, I think this is moments of clarity where we, dispense with false equivalencies, where some of the nonsense is cut away, because you're right. There's an urgency here, right? I mean, we're not in politics as usual, and as you said, and this is, as you've said, this is the number one anti-Trump room on Clubhouse, which hey, we're branding it. It's here. I mean, look, there are other anti-Trump rooms. They don't have the personalities, the international flair, the intrigue of an embassy spouse, the passion. We are the number one. We got to own it. We've got to embrace it. And hey, everybody else can get behind us.
FYDT forever. Thank you very much. Thank you, Scott. That was good. Every once in a while, you got to call on the Reverend to get us inspired. Speaking of which, Perusian's in the room. Now, Perusian, I know that we are being very domestic here, and you're sitting out there in Germany as our representative, and I'm curious about what your thoughts are about, I don't know if you saw this podcast or if you know about Project 2025, but, this is our little experiment in fascism. And, you certainly know a lot more about it personally than we do here in the United States. So maybe you can have some thoughts.
I'm a very humble being, learning each day. Hello, sir. Nice to be with you again, ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, also in the audience. Actually, I'm very focused on the U.S. election to come, because our lives and the security of your partners, European partners, is, I think, kind of very related to your election. And of course, I have to be polite and not meddling in your internal affairs. So I'm audience to learn, but sometimes also share with you. During the last week, my attention was on the Iranian election to come. You might know that at Friday it would be now the election, first term of the election, and after that, falling down of the helicopter of the President Raisi. I don't know, there is some kind of, rumors that today, and that's why I am also not enjoying your rooms during the last 2 or 3 days. I have to say, excuse me, because you invited me once or twice. I was really in an Iranian room and very focused on the issue. And today, there were rumors that the hopeful reform candidate has openly released a statement that very soon they want to return the U.S. embassy to the owner, the true owner of this occupied embassy once. I don't know, something is really big is going on in Iran, given the fact that this helicopter hasn't fallen just like a suddenly accident. I don't believe that it is an accident. Whatever it will happen, I hope that the next elected Iranian president, of course, he's not the elected person or elected president maybe of all the Iranians, especially not those who are in the opposition and fighting for the, women's rights and are involved in a lot of activities against this theocracy, actually. But still, matter of fact is that this election would be very, very important, given the situation with Israel and Lebanon now. There is, with that point I'm going to land, there is a very favorite of Mr. Putin in this running. His name is Jalili. Mr. Jalili is the one who is all the time against all kind of agreements with the United States, and especially also the European Western countries. And he's like serving the interests of Tsar Putin in Iran. And me, myself, my wife is not going to go to election anyway. A lot of my family members, actually, I'm in the minority, absolute minority. But because the women are in a manner mad of this regime, that they are sick and tired and don't want to go to election. But still, me as a old business guy, I try to reduce the costs, and I think that if this reform candidate comes to power, we can all be a little bit more hopeful what is going to be with Iranian support for Russian army in Ukraine issue, or the Iranian support for the Hezbollah against Israel, and so on and so on. And of course the Yemeni situation, the Houthi situation. With that, I land and I say again, thank you, and wonderful room, and curiously listening, and just giving you all a hug.
Thank you, Persin. We always love having you here whenever you can be. It's great. And I heard a couple of nuggets that I didn't realize about, so I have to do some research. So thanks for that.
Can I add?
Anyway,
Ben,
yeah, go for it, Andrew. Go ahead.
Just the other day, the Canadian government has announced that, what is it, the Iranian Guard? What are they called?
Revolutionary Guard, yes.
Yeah, the Revolutionary Guard. Yeah, they just denoted them as a terrorist group. They've been under pressure for many years to do so. And
similar step. Yes, sorry to interrupt, but similar steps will also be is maybe on the way in Australia, but the Australian government actually, they said that they were not going to go that far. Cameron, the British government has its reservation. It is not because they love this mullah regime. It's just simply because of the geopolitical situation, maybe for months to come, and they don't want to push the Iranians into the arm of Putin more than they are already in it anyway, So I think that Germany and France would have also their reservation with that point, but still this is only for maybe a matter of some months. The Iranians have the maybe opportunity before the election of the United States has its reached the highest point. Maybe they can find some 90-minute solution to deal with the Western world and climb down this tree they have jumped up. I hope that they find a face-saving solution to come out of this madness supporting Putin in its fight with Europe. Excuse me.
Tricky situation there, to be continued. I don't know. I just, Andrew, I have to admit that I just had a strange thought that totally is inappropriate. But I've been thinking about the idea of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, how from a branding standpoint, how that is much more insidious and confrontational than the Canadian Royal Mounted Police. Is it the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? Or I know it's something like that. Yeah, that's not that intimidating. I don't know if I'd be, I'm thinking Dudley Do-Right.
Are you comparing the RCMP with the Iranian Revolution?
Yes, I think you ought to change the name. It should be the Canadian Revolutionary Guard.
The most polarized people I've met were the Canadians, and you cannot compare that kind of dudes with those guys.
Yeah, you're not intimidating enough. You're supposed
Ben, I'll tell you, when the Iranian Revolutionary Guard get on horse and do the musical ride, then I'll agree with you. But until then, I'm sorry.
All right, there you go. All right, David. First of all, Scotty, have you come up with anything yet? Or are you just sitting back there listening to your music?
No, I'm just doing some work at the coffee shop, but I don't really have much to say. So when I do, I promise you,
you'll let us know. Okay, I just wanted to check in on you, but that was really cool. I like the cafe noise in the background. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about getting that and just having it run. We should sound like we're in a cafe. David? Well, wait, Yeah. So you know what? We should go do some last minute thoughts because it's getting near the end here. David and Francine, and then Scott. Well, why don't you get ready for a sign off? So, David, for your closing comment, words of wisdom.
Sure. In an effort to find more informative, less propagandistic analysis in international affairs, I put a link in the top. It's William Spaniel. He's fairly academic about this stuff, and he looks at the coups during the Cold War and the coups since the Cold War, and they've basically fallen by half at the rate that they occur. Even though there's, after the Cold War, they broke up the Soviet Union, so there's more countries to have coups, right? Anyway, it's 20 minutes. Very, very well done. Not even a day old, and has had basically a third of the views that shitty podcast we talked about at the beginning of the room has had. So, content to be consumed. They directly reference Burkina Faso and what's happening in Central Africa as basically the dissolution of Wagner was the old way of doing it. Now that Russia doesn't even bother to keep up that farce. They basically are the enforcement mechanism for dictators in Africa if they want to do stuff. But it compares on the spectrum of what the incentives were before were to be extreme, but now they want to, well, I'll let the video speak for itself, but if we wanted to have a little bit more intellectual rigor in the things we consume, I put some more food in the dog bowl.
Thank you, David. That is great. And as a matter of fact, before we go to Francine, I do want to say thank you to everybody here. We have such a good audience here down below who I know is listening, and you know, like Cassidy and Paige and David and Victoria. I don't know how many Victorias we have in the room. We have at least one. Anyway, if I miss you, Monsef, we're thinking about you. But also, there's been a lively conversation in the chat room. So if you haven't looked at the chat room, you got to take a look. You know, there's some interesting stuff and interesting links there while Francine and Scott are finishing up. So take a look. Dr. Francine, you are up. Any closing thoughts, pearls of wisdom?
Well, I have no pearls of wisdom except that I can't decide whether it's a good or a bad thing that the Arizona Republicans are trying to find somebody to the right of Donald Trump to nominate at his convention. I mean, at the Republican convention.
Yeah.
And also that the party line for the Republican convention, which is something I read in the Wall Street Journal, is that Chicago is a shit show, as is every...
That was such a bad decision.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it's just the history of it. It was not the right place at the right time. It makes no sense. But you know what? They're very aware of it, and there's enough time, I think, for them to be prepared. As far as the Republican convention, you know, the Arizona Republican Party can do what they're going to do, but I can't imagine that they'll make any headway at all. This is just going to be a coronation for the dictator, and you know, we just have to deal with it. But it's good that you're telling us what's going on there. You know, you have feet on the ground, as they say. So... Anyway, thanks a lot, Dr. Francine.
And may I share something quickly?
Yeah, sure, come.
Just
anybody else, Briar, if you have something extra to say as well, or Renee. But Kyle, go ahead. Try to make it short.
Just want to say, like, there was a delegation, a bipartisan delegation in this PTR photo that went to Dharamshala to see the Dalai Lama and provide support, and it was quite the words that came out of Nancy Pelosi's mouth. I will have to say it was very profound. She even met the oracle within Tibetan Buddhism, which is kind of interesting, and the Dalai Lama just arrived in America for surgery, and that's just a little bit that's transpired within that.
There you go. News from the Dalai Lama. there you. I can always expect that from you. But no, thanks, Kyle. Renee, Breyer, do you have anything? Any last minute thoughts?
I think I'd just say,
Breyer.
when there's times of real political unrest and different things are going on, it's really easy to blame a person in a clubhouse room, running for an office, or anything else. But I always think that one individual is never powerful enough to ruin anything, even somebody like Donald Trump, right? There's an entire machine behind it. And I just encourage people to look at the systems that are propping it up and what's going on culturally. And, you know, you were mentioning earlier, I was going to chime in, but getting ready for work right now. There's a global movement, a shift to the right in Canada and the US, in Europe, all over the place. And it's coming because I think the current kind of broad neoliberal world order isn't working for most people. Most people, mental health, physical health, economic inequity, they're really on the rise. And I think we need people who will honestly, earnestly own up to that and not try to get power to have power to deny somebody else, but to make the world a better place. And until we get that, strong men who will push things to the right and blame some minority group for it are going to keep coming to power. So I hope we can all admit the problems that are there, own up the changes that need to be made, and make that shift, or I think our world will collapse from quote unquote the left and the right, because we can't come together and do something better. So here's hoping we can all, you know, encourage those people and each other to do better.
Sounds good. Thanks, Breyer. Reverend Scott, are you ready?
I'm ready. I have, you know, I think that, look, I love that we've identified this as the best anti-Trump, the most and the best, right? I mean, it's fantastic. The ratings are in. You know, we're as Trump would say, everybody's saying it. They love us. The people are saying it's the best anti-Trump move. So I have a new closing song here, Ben, if we're ready for it.
Oh, good. I love it.
This is going to go from the 90s. I really feel like, Ben, it symbolizes the reason for the room, the raison d'être, as the French would say. And this is from the 90s by Ugly Kid Joe. And it's called I Hate Everything About You. So I figured we'd close with that, if that's all right.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right, I'm going to hit it.
It started with the Nickelodeons, which was established as a first movie theater in the East Coast.
Oh, but Hollywood is just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Hollywood I can even understand because they created it. But when I look at Washington and I see, hurricane aid is contingent unless you support this certain country, I don't see it being contingent unless I support the Khilafah of the Mu'mineen. I see it contingent unless I support Judaistan.
That's right.
So,
what they don't know is that Muhammad wanted to become a Jew. And then he did.
Exactly.
Muhammad wanted to become a Jew?
Yes, he did. Why do you think he's so obsessed with the Torah? Why do you think Muslims are so obsessed with the Torah? Oh, the Torah.
I have never heard Muslims being obsessed with the Torah. Maybe I should explore that with them.
No, but you can see an overemphasis on the Torah in the Quran.
Yeah.
I have not read the Quran.
Muhammad didn't want to be a Jew, or he wanted to do his own version of Judaism, because he was in more contact with Jews than he was with Christians.
Wait, is it true? I heard this yesterday from someone, I don't remember who said it, but is it true that Muhammad was not considered a prophet until, like, I don't know how many years after he died. He was just a normal person during his life.
No. No, but we only have the first mention of him is after his alleged death. So we don't know whether he died or not. But according to Muslim sources, no. He was a prophet, he was a prophet.
Yeah, but someone mentioned yesterday that he was made a prophet or recognized as a prophet like 100 years after he died or something like that.
No, that's not true.
Okay, I forgot because I was going to double check that on the internet and I just remember now.
No, but that's why you should stop sitting with Jews, because they don't know what they're talking about.
It was not a Jew who made that comment. It was someone else. There were so many people in that group, dude.
Well, Muhammad became a prophet when he was late 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they went to Medina with him. Because they thought he's a prophet.
Exactly. I mean, look, Isa, I'm all for bashing Muslims. Make no mistake.
Listen, the thing is, McLovin, that was not a bashing room. That was actually a room. The other day, for example, I had a very nice chat with Mako. And he was explaining a lot of things to me. I'm not taking 100% of what he said, but it helped me understand kind of like where he's coming from or where other people are coming from. Then there is this other ex-Muslim girl called Aya, who I really like a lot.
She's also cock. Complete cock.
Dude, he's married with a Muslim and everything.
No, she is a cock because every single thing she hates about Muslims, which I do also hate about Muslims. She praises Jews for doing the exact same thing, and basically told me, "Oh, you're just jealous because Catholics don't behave the same way." No, I'm not jealous. I don't want anyone to behave.
I don't know. Like, I've been talking to some Muslims, and trying to understand whatever, and it's not a matter of like. I don't want to make the room about like, oh, Muhammad was a pedophile. I mean, I know that argument. It's not about that. I want to understand other stuff. And that's what the room really was about, like how Muslims are integrating into the West, which I think they aren't. And that's what caused it. But then this guy, Mikhail, came in like a crazy man, and he just started barking around the room. Yeah, he terrorized my room.
But he actually is a terrorist.
But I was very patient with him. I left him like 5 hours in the room. And then when I finally kicked him out, he went to do a room about me.
Okay, but you told me, shut up, McLovin, within like 5 seconds, even though I didn't interrupt anyone. I just wanted to speak, and all your Jewish friends started crying.
Listen, the problem is that you have a very strong voice. You have a very strong voice, which I think is actually a nice voice. But when people are all talking at the same time and you add your voice into it, it just goes
because
crazy.
Jews cry with a nasally voice, and no one really hears them because they don't care about anyone actually listening to anything.
There were Jews in that room yesterday. It was just my friends.
They were all Jewish. Daniel's a Jew.
That's not true.
Mixed is a Jew. There was at least 2 other Jews, and they all started crying the moment I started speaking because they know any non-cont Christian will say the exact same thing I said. To be honest, Muslims are only a problem when I go back to Nigeria, which thankfully is not going to be anytime soon. But in the West, when it comes to lack of integration, cucking our society to serving, filthy causes and, promoting bullshit in the nation, and having outright disloyalty to our country. I'm sorry, that's not. I don't see Abdul doing that. I don't see Ahmed doing that. I see Shlomo. I see Chanel. I see Laz and all these guys.
No. Maybe that's how you see it in the US. And I am not able to talk about the vibe and the dynamic in the US. But here in Europe, it might be very different. But here in Europe is the fucking Muslim who is really dominating the whole narrative and the whole politics. It's awful, dude. And maybe in the US it hasn't gone that bad yet, but here it's horrible.
That's true, but who brought them there?
What?
Who brought the Muslim there? To Europe?
Well, Angela Merkel.
Oh my God! Yeah, Angela Merkel, who answers to who? Who do all German parties seem to answer to?
She doesn't answer.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Who was was I was even talking about this with Rabbi yesterday, who made socialism such a big thing that we all need to believe in.
This trap star is a card. 1 second, let's remove him. There we go. But it all boils down to her not understanding that the Jew is the modern day nigger.
Who did you remove?
Trap star. She doesn't understand that the Jew is the modern day nigger. She doesn't get it.
Well, I don't know, dude. I don't think so. I mean,
there
might be. Listen. I am not saying that you are not right in certain influence or whatever, but I don't think that there are all Jews as you want to make it look like. I think that that's a very simplistic way of looking at things. And when you say who brought the Muslims to the West, and you want every Jew to be seen as like, oh yeah, they're at fault for having Muslims, I'm sorry, but I will have to disagree because I don't believe that is true.
It seems like every Muslim then is at fault for whatever is happening. See, you're not really objective in your stance.
I'm not saying every Muslim either. I have met Muslims that are actually very productive and that are very professional and that are doing cool things.
But where are the Muslims dominating the public sector and the private sector of every country in the West?
In Europe. Not the private sector. Well, actually, in Europe, you can make that claim because, for example, Qataris and Arabs are buying a lot in my industry and they're dominating the markets.
They're buying a lot in the industry, but they're not dominating all the private sector industries and all the public sector. How many Muslims
I don't know, dude. I would have to maybe disagree with that. I'm not super well versed in that, but I'm happy to look for it.
You can disagree with that. How many Muslims are in the European Parliament?
I don't know.
How many Muslims are in the American cabinet?
Let me look for it. Wait, let me look for it. How many
everyone in the American cabinet is a Jew.
What?
Everyone in the American cabinet right now with Biden is a Jew.
Yep.
You can't make false equivalencies. Like, it's absurd. That's why it's so cringe. Top tier public positions, how many of them are Muslims? Now check how many of them are Jews. Well, the Jews allegedly are 15 million people.
Dude, how many Nobel Prizes are there Muslims? Well, almost none. How many are there Jews? Well, 214. Why is that? Is it because they are intelligent maybe, or they're intellectual, or they have worked more?
Oh wow, yeah, Jews are just so much smarter than everyone else.
I think they are superior. I think that they are intellectually superior.
This is
they
why
have produced a lot of philosophers. They have produced a lot of.
And this is why I have like this. Isa, you are a nigger.
This is a
fuck. No, you genuinely. I'm saying this as a black person. You are a nigger. Because you actually believe Jews are God's chosen race, that they're just, so much smarter than everyone else, so much better than everyone else. They're so unprecedented. What is it, 7 times?
What I believe is that you are unable to actually understand that this is not just a one-fold question.
Are you familiar with how Obama won the Nobel Prize for peace?
Is Obama a Jew?
But are you familiar with how he won the Nobel Peace Prize?
I'm not even talking about peace prizes. I'm talking about chemistry. I'm talking about physics. I'm talking about mathematicians. I'm talking about philosophy.
I get that.
Actually, wait. Actually, let me give a simple.
It's still a Nobel Prize.
Let me give a simple.
You are so naive.
Rabbi, the best one to give is universities.
Meritocracy. You're so naive.
Rabbi, the best one to give is universities.
What is the computer is doing?
Wait. Oh, it's mine. Because Discord is in the background. Let me try to mute it. Okay, Asa, do you believe that there's nepotism involved in university admittances?
No, I think that it's not nepotism, but it's the inclusivity stuff. But
it's amazing.
Oh my God!
But
you think there is no nepotism in university admittances?
Oh my God! There could be a degree of nepotism.
There could be a degree. Jesus fucking.
Sorry,
this is insane. No, what? Okay, Issa, there's not a single person who really denies that there's nepotism involved in university admittances. The question becomes who benefits from it. Some people want to say, it's the blacks, but data doesn't support this. Now, when you look at private schools benefit a lot from university admittance nepotism.
Well, guess what, McLovin? I also do nepotism. My niece was accepted in my school in Guatemala, which is very...
Okay, perfect. You guys have legacy. But you didn't even let me finish my point.
You see, that's the reason why it's impossible to talk to you, because your voice is
You didn't let me finish my point. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I know where you're going with this. Oh, it's the Jews who are doing nepotism. Well, guess what? I'm a Catholic who does nepotism as well. My niece was accepted in my school, which is very elitist, because
Yes,
legacy
admittance. We get it.
How many?
Wait, Rabbi, one second. We get it. Legacy admittance exists. Yes. Legacy admittance exists, right? We have the same thing in America. We also have preference for athletes and all this. Okay, so if you accept this is nepotism.
They accepted my niece because she's my niece.
Relax, stop crying.
How many Catholics dominate the public sector, and how many Catholics dominate the private sector?
Well, then tell the Catholics to be more industrious.
This is again why you are a nigger, because just like Aya. Just like Aya, once you see that, you can't deny there's Jewish nepotism, the argument then becomes, we should be like the Jews. We should suck baby penis like the Jews. We should run scams on monetary systems like the Jews. We should all just be like,
what are you even talking about? I've never said anything like that. But
that is exactly what you just did right now.
So that you would stop complaining.
No. Look at how many Catholics there are. By the way, the Catholics are more educated than the Jews.
Well, they should be ashamed then.
Okay, see, but you're unable to listen. Like that's the issue here. They should not be ashamed. They're not doing nepotism. So when you find the Jews allegedly be 15 million, they dominate every big company in the private sector, and they dominate every country in the West in terms of public sector. When you're talking about the Parliament or the Congress,
why is that, Randy?
When you're talking nepotism. It's because
is it because they're Jews, or is it because they were actually able to get those positions of powers because they are the highly educated ones?
No, they're not. Jews are some of the dumbest people I ever interacted with on this app.
Yeah.
Jews are smart.
Well, it has not been my experience.
When you assume that they are, it's so retarded. I haven't seen a single Jew who's able to have any debate at any capacity, whether it be religious or not. So these people are chosen because they're Jews. Yes, it's called nepotism. It's called preferential treatment. And if you think otherwise, you're just so naive. I don't know what to tell you.
Why shouldn't they have preferential treatment with their own people?
Because it's not about the preferential treatment with their own people. It's about preferential treatment in ways that are harmful to the local population of every population. Because they go...
How is it harmful?
Because they...
Well, why
see why you're a nigger?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the nigger mentality.
No, it is.
Right.
It really is. I don't know, transgenderism, that's good for society, State atheism, amazing. What else? Pedophilia, we should add that. Pornography, let's promulgate that throughout the world.
You're really going way beyond.
You can literally show through history these are things Jews absolutely promoted. Forget the number of genocides they support, against my people, back in my home of Nigeria, Armenia. They campaigned against every bill to recognize the Armenian genocide.
I'll be back in a second. Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
Convenient. Holy fucking shit.
No, Jews are
But don't the Muslims promote pedophilia too?
No one said they didn't.
They do.
Yeah,
But as an American, I don't see Muslims in Joe Biden's cabinet. I see Jews.
Good point.
That's only Jews.
And nigger.
Stop with that negativism.
You like my word, niggertism?
But that's what it is. No, I would say they're not. It's not that they're... Isabel is the nigger.
How is she a nigger? Are you referring to her stupidity?
Because she is not. She's not just that she's stupid. It's actually that she completely willfully allows herself to be a slave to these people. It's not even like to even call her an Uncle Tom would be like too nice.
It is not just the stupidity; it's the artificial naivety and the artificial stupidity which is very disingenuous.
Well, it's just worse than that because most people who are cocks to Jews, they just deny that Jews are involved in any of it. She basically admitted, yes, Jews are nepotic. Yes, Jews take advantage of other systems for their own benefit at the expense of other people. And the problem is the rest of us just aren't like them. We need to be more Jewish. Like imagine seeing a bad thing in the world and just rationalizing it.
Be a little more Jewish. I agree with you. Yes.
Abu Badia is also a nigger.
Clearly.
Oh man, yeah, it's absurd. It is. I mean, if you look into just let's find it to see where is it? I remember I want to see the names of the Jews in those positions. It's absurd.
We should like just put them in camps. You know?
But what's funny? These the same people will cry about communism, Marxism, socialism, bad. Okay, but who brought those things?
It's written. Actually, it's written.
Jews.
I had Leviticus read it. It's written in Leviticus 20.
It was Jews who brought communism.
It was Jews who brought
communism. You can't deny that, Isa. You can't deny.
Well, that's fact, dude. Everyone in the Bolshevik Revolution was a Jew.
No, dude, you know what, Rabbi, my mother is a history major. I literally got a bunch of JSTOR articles about the history of Russia.
Oh, I love JSTOR.
Yeah,
all Jews.
Yeah, no, they're all Jews, dude.
Yeah, I gotta say, McLovin, the academic field is run by Jew scholars too. All the fucking JSTOR and the fucking research bank are all Jewish people.
The most insane thing about the Bolsheviks and the Soviet Union is that you have, till this day, Jewish historians saying, yeah, that was us. You go back in the 50s, Jewish historians, or actually not Jewish contemporaries, saying that, yeah, the Soviet Union is great. We're the ones in charge. Mm-hmm. The 30s, the same thing. The 20s, the same thing. And yet, we still have cocked people till today saying, oh, this is all a conspiracy theory. I mean, never mind that every Jew for the past 80 years has said, yeah, this is our project. We like this. This is amazing. But all anti-Semitic liars. Like, holy fuck.
That is right. That is right. That's what it is. Everyone knows that, though. Everyone who knows a little bit of history knows, the Jews were very much, they were swelling up the higher ranks of the Bolshevik party. I mean, it's not a secret. But that's what I'm saying. The Jews, they have zero shame. They do these things in plain sight. And if you go to Torah, Leviticus chapter 20, I got Danicus, the fake-ass half-Michelin Jew, to read it. And what Hashem tells them is, if you don't keep each other in check, it will be me who does it for you, motherfucker. That's what it says. And the Jews fail at keeping each other in check, clearly so. They just go. And that's why he gave them Daddy Hitler. I mean, I was making the case that Daddy Hitler is more of a Jew than most of these Jews.
He is. Yes, he is.
Right here. Because according to Torah, if you don't follow Torah, you are to be put to death. Hitler put them to death, since they failed to follow the Torah. Maybe God's vengeance came to them through Hitler. So, that's an actual Torah-based conclusion that Hitler was more of a Jew than the Jews. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
No, you can't. Sorry, I'm just need to take care of something.
No, it's fine. But you can't tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. But why am I wrong?
You're wrong. I'm just saying it because everyone else is saying it.
Oh, so, nigga.
Nothing. I'm just saying it because everyone's saying it.
Exactly. So you can tell me maybe I'm wrong, but you can't tell me how or why. So that's just a waste of time. No, you can't tell me I'm wrong. According to Torah, Leviticus chapter 20. Go read it.
You always repeat the same shit.
Well, it's in the Torah. If you're not a Jew.
I know, but that's the only thing you always bring every time is that.
Leviticus chapter 20?
Yes.
Because the Jews can't handle it. The Jews can't handle it. It literally tells you if you don't do Torah, you're supposed to be put to death. Therefore, if someone comes and kills you, you shouldn't bitch about it. This is God's plan for you. Just like, remember when Moshe Rabbeinu, he went on Mount Sinai, and then he came back and he found Aaron building a gold cow for them to worship.
Yeah, God got pissed off and told Moses.
And then what happened? Moshe got them to fight one another, and 3,000 Levites died this day. So God punished those who got involved in this idolatry. Similarly, if you don't follow the Torah, you are to be put to death. It's very simple, very clear. The Jews know these things. If you're an actual Jew, you know these things. So the actual Jew should not be bitching about certain things like Daddy Hitler. They should not be bitching about that.
But we don't have to follow the Torah anymore.
We don't have to follow the Torah. They have to.
They have to.
Motherfucker, if you remember the story of Mordechai and Queen Esther, the Jews understood Leviticus chapter.
No, they don't have to, because technically if the second covenant's here, it's here for everybody, whether you believe in Christ or not.
If what, the temple?
No. If Christ came and fulfilled the covenant, he fulfilled it for everyone. It's not partially undone. So,
okay, correct. But if you live by the Torah, you will be judged by it.
Well,
because the Torah is everlasting. We're free from it, but it still exists. They are not free from it because they haven't been freed by Christ. Although he came to free them, they have chosen slavery to the law of sin instead. That's why St. Paul tells you, it is no longer I who lives, but Christ in me. Because I am no longer a slave to sin, but I am a slave to Christ. So through him, I have been saved from this body of death. The Romans chapter 7, that's what it's all about. So the Jew is a nigger because he chooses to be a slave to sin. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I don't know why that's controversial. I have zero clue why that's controversial. Oh, man. Isabel's simping for the Jews now. She's sitting with Jeff and Drina around the Rosie.
You know, I do have to say, at first I think it was interesting and funny, but now she drank the fucking Kool-Aid because I was in the audience and she really fucking hears the shit and she goes with it. Like, girl.
Hey, no, but that's why McLovin wasn't wrong when he said she's a nigger. She is a nigger, but in a different way, because the Jew is a slave to sin. She is a slave to the Jew who is a slave to sin. So she's like a nigger on steroids.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Objectively, that's what it is.
She's a nigger.
Yes, because she is the nigger's nigger, basically. That's what it is. It's so cringe, man. It's just so cringe. There's no intellect in it. You heard what she said? Oh, how many Nobel Prize winners? But okay, but that's why I mentioned. Have you seen how Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize? But Obama was the opposite of peace. In his time, the world was going aflame. The Middle East was on fire, dude, with ISIS and etc. But he won the Nobel Peace Prize. Do you really think the Nobel Peace Prizes, or the Nobel Prizes for that matter, are actually like distributed based on meritocracy? Or do you think it's nepotism? Well, you have to think it's nepotism. There's no other way. We know how these things work. So then when you come to me and tell me, oh, you know, the main bullshit, like low tier and low IQ Jewish narrative and talking points. Oh, look at how many Jews won the Nobel Prize. Oh, the Jew. very smart. Well, I don't see. Like, I'm talking to Jew. I don't see smart. I don't see critical thinking. Like, I trust my eyes, dude. I'm sorry.
No, they're not that smart. They are very nepotic, and they, I mean, I will say they are more invested in things that are useful now in society.
You're not judging anybody's critical thinking with your eyes on Clubhouse.
On what?
What do you mean?
You're using your ears.
Ah, man.
It's a figure of speech, Ryan.
I trust what I see and what I feel and what I experience. And I can see very clearly that the Jews are not bright people. The Jews are incapable of dialogue. The Jews are incapable of it. I don't see them as smart people. I really don't. So that's just what it is. Now, if you have if you go to school and, you have a master's degree or, well, so what? I have it. Show me one Jew who has his master's degree by the time he's 22. Well, I had it when I was 22. So show me the Jew who has that. Oh, 0. Okay. Oh, I'm super smart. Oh, nah, your degree doesn't matter for shit. But and it's impossible for you to fail anyways. Everyone passes. It's like the dumbing down of university. If you are, accepted because of nepotism, so no university rejects you, that's why you graduate that's called nepotism. Right? If the moment you graduate, then you're immediately hired in like some sort of like whatever good company because they're all owned by Jews. That's not because you're smart. That's because of nepotism.
Yep.
Like, why is that so difficult to? It's demonstrable, dude. Very demonstrable. Anyways, Jews only work for Jews, but the Jews own the biggest companies, etc., because they're installed there. So then the Jew graduates straight into his office job, which is very super whatever, because, the company is owned by a Jew. I mean, why is that so difficult to understand?
No, exactly. That was why I wanted to go to affirmative action and legacy admits. Because if you admit there's nepotism and it benefits legacy admits and private school students, okay, that's true. But there's a group that gets let in at an even higher rate than either of these two groups. And that's the Jew. So you can't say affirmative action. What am I saying? Affirmative action. You can't say university nepotism benefits, all these different groups of people, which it does, without saying it benefits Jews the most. The logical conclusion, they are the most nepotic and are the most involved in the nepotism.
You can't say that there's no nepotism when they dominate every high position in the public sector, dude. Because these are not elected.
Yeah, the private sector. Oh, public sector, yeah.
The private sector also, but like, how do you dominate the private sector anyways? Oh, well, through putting laws that benefit you and your businesses and punishes those that you don't own. I mean, but if you have the highest position in the public sector in ways where you're not even elected, you're anointed.
Yep. Janet Yellen.
So that's something. You're not elected. You're just anointed, and all these anointed positions that are the highest positions, they're all Jews. So is that anti-Semitic? Okay, I'm anti-Semitic, but like, tell me how it makes sense, please.
Rabbi, let me ask you, who do you think is more cucked by Jews? The corporatist right-wing fuck like Esau, or the dumb commie left-wing fuck?
The comments are against.
Right now, it's the corporate.
Corporate America.
Yeah, it started as the communists, but right now.
Actually, I would argue that the lefty commie is more cucked by the Jew.
How?
Because
they're all
because they're pro-Palestine, but they're not anti-Jew. And the corporatists can at least see. There are times they can see the ways that Jews.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Why? Because it started as the communists, yes, but that's because the Jews didn't have power. So they want to dismantle the structure, and
you're gonna say that you here is Abraham and suddenly switch you, switch you here from Abraham to Isaac, that means there's a problem.
You're literally
okay.
I have a question.
So basically,
wait, I have a question.
Hold on. I have a question. Please, after listen, please. Isaac. You want to run away. Okay, you want to run away. I understand that. You want to run away.
He said,
so guys, listen. I'm gonna ask a question again to you, gentlemen, and lady. Here we have a problem. Christians say that it's only one covenant. If it's one covenant, and I know that Christians say it's only one covenant, don't you see that there is a contradiction between Genesis chapter 17:2 and Genesis chapter 19? Because it says, I will make my covenant between me and you, means Abraham. Suddenly, he says, but my covenant to Isaac and his descendants only. Okay, so where is the covenant given to Abraham? Where is that covenant being given to Abraham?
I don't know what he said, but it's probably just bullshit. I have a question about the Quran.
No, I haven't answered me.
You haven't answered about the Quran. We will show you that we can take it.
No, but yes.
And by the way, as long as I hope, by the way, just before you ask,
he wants to escape.
Chris, just before you
answer this question, after he answered this question,
you were saying about the Bible, you don't consider it to be unfair. The questions raised. I hope you don't feel we're trying to have a go at you and so on. There's some serious issues as a conflict.
I want
whether my question was clear or not. I wasn't trying to have a go. We're just trying to tell you that this text of yours, there's dispute in it and how you read it. All right, let's go back to Quran.
All right, whatever you say. I mean, you really can't tell the truth from a lie. So, the Quran 19:7 says, the angels announced, O Zechariah, indeed, we give you the good news of the birth of a son, whose name will be John, a name we have not given to anyone before. Correct?
Sorry, it does not say John, it says Yahya.
Well, same thing in English.
No, it's not the same thing. Nazia, let me ask Nazia as a neutral person, hopefully. Does the name John sound like the name Yahya to you?
Unfortunately, no, it doesn't. It's two separate.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Is John his name Yahya?
Yahya.
Is my name, I don't know, Beatrice? No, it's Nazia. It's two separate names, but let's not.
Is Yahya Arabic?
Yahya
is a name. It's a proper noun. It's a name.
It's a name, man. What's wrong with you? It's a name. Yahya, yeah. That's what the Quran says, Yahya. Now, somebody in the translation may assume that it's John. That's fine.
It's Yahya Arabic, I'm asking.
What about, sorry?
Is his name Yahya in his original Aramaic as well? Was it John in Aramaic?
The problem is Chris doesn't have the original Aramaic or the original Hebrew. He has a translation into a Greek. That's the original scripture. So the best he has is a translation of what the Messiah might have said or didn't say.
That's totally, and you're not answering the question. Is Yahya Arabic, yes or no?
Yahya is a Semitic name.
Is it Arabic, not
Jewish? Yeah, it's also Arabic.
Okay, so how is John Arabic, and why is his name?
I didn't say John. It doesn't say John. I don't know if you're fishing for John. You won't find John in the Quran. There is no John. I don't know you're fishing for what. There is no John. I'm trying to tell you.
You guys just laughing, but
there is no John mentioned in the Quran anywhere.
What is your IQ level?
You guys are just laughing. Wait for a second. Why is John the Baptist?
John is not an Arabic name. Dumb. Don't be a dumb. Okay.
And no one says an Arabic name. You're saying Yahya is just a translation.
No, we didn't say translation. No, it's actually a name given by God.
Why? Wait. John, who isn't Arabic, was given an Arabic name.
No, there's no translation here. This is actually his name, Yahya.
So make up your mind.
Somebody might have translated it as John or something, but
let me give an example. My name is Nadia. It's a Persian name. So if someone wrote about me, they'll have and then they're writing about me in India. They will still say Nadia.
What's your name?
Even 200 years later, Chris, you're a bit of a ponce, you know that. Please wait until I finish. It's not nice when you keep butting in. You're doing that earlier on as well. Very bad manners. You got no manners. Brother, Chris, this is how you treat women in your culture as well. You just sit there and speak over them all the time. Please, brother, come on, man. This is a male-dominated area. I find it very intimidating when you come off mic and I start getting upset. Please, thank you. My name is Nazia. If the Indian culture talk about me or the Chinese people talk about me 3,000 years from now, they will still call me Nazia. Yahya is his name. Allah is telling us his name is Yahya. It was never given to anyone else before. That means 2,000, 3,000, whatever Yahya was around, he would have been called Yahya. Your people have named him a Greek name, John or whatever it is. You've given him a completely different name. Allah is retelling us. Wait. You're very rude. You're very rude. It's very female. Do you want to fight with a female now? I can do a bitch fight. I'll do a proper one, right? Because I'm a proper woman.
Go ahead, Nadia. Go ahead.
Right, we can get to bitch.
Go ahead, Nadia. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Please, man. It's not. Look, listen. Let's not play stupid games over here. We're all adults. If someone is called Yahya in 2,000 years ago, and we're getting told in the Quran his name was Yahya, where is this John character coming from? Who's translating? Who had the nerve to translate his name? Wait, see what I mean? You look a bitch. Please, come on, man. Come on, please.
Man is a boy, a boy.
I don't want to be insulting, but come on. Like, why aren't we using our brains? You're going to give me a Greek name? John wasn't Greek. Or even your John the Baptist wouldn't have been called John at the time. He would have had a Semitic name. Is John a Semitic name?
Idiot.
Or is John a Greek name or a Latin name? What is it?
Princess.
Man, I swear to God, dude.
You know what's the name of
Why are you arguing with this person for 3 hours?
All right, so
he's a stupid guy.
Wait, first,
Nadia.
I don't want to.
Nadia, shut up. Hey, shut up.
I literally don't want to. I gotta respond.
Hey, gentle dog.
You made the claim that John would have been called John the Baptist.
He's a gentle dog. That's all.
John the Baptist.
That's the name given to him by Jesus.
So, what is your point?
I'm asking if John did exist. What was his name? Not some Arabic.
Yeah.
How is his name Yahya if he's not Arabic?
Okay, mute up then. I'm going to say it again.
He's an Arab.
Let me like a 5-year-old. You clearly don't have.
Yahya wasn't a Greek. He's an Arab.
John is not a Semitic name. Period. The Quran is telling you the name actually this individual had is Yahya. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have in terms of original gospel, so-called to speak, is a translation in Greek.
You're an idiot.
That's what you have. A translation. That's the best thing that you have. You call this original scripture.
You're faggot. You're faggot. You're idiot faggot. You think from your ass. I know that.
You're literally
a faggot. Yeah, you're a faggot.
Like, for example, in the Quran,
hey, go and do. I'll tell you what.
Where is his name called Isa? Wait.
Go and take it from Paul. You know what Paul did? He was sucking it from Timothy. So why don't you do the same thing of Paul? Sucking it. Paul was taking it into his mouth.
Why is he in the Quran?
Timothy, and he was going to do it to Greek. He did it because he was doing circumcision to the other Greek men. You know that?
You guys are retarded.
According to the Jewish tradition. So this is your prophet. This is your God who sent a prophet to you called Paul. And after he done all of that, he said, "No, this is only circumcision of the heart." Gosh.
Right, so Jesus is called Isa, and this is his name called Isa because his name is actually
Isa ibn Maryam Rasulullah.
No, his name is called Yeshua. That's his Arabic.
No, Yeshua. It's not Yeshua. So Yeshua again in translation.
You're a liar.
It's Isa.
Google definition what they call him Isa. You're retarded.
It's Isa.
So you can't tell the truth.
I'm telling you, what you're dealing with, you call scripture, is a translation. You don't get this. I don't know why you're not getting it. And this is a translation that will later amended.
Idiot.
Chris, do you think Jesus went around preaching in Greek?
You're so retarded.
Do you believe Jesus went around speaking?
Wait.
You got a remnant of this. Wait. That's actually Arabic, by the way. It's actually Arabic. You could argue it's Aramaic, you could argue it's Hebrew, but it's also Arabic.
And you know, Nadia, you know what's the name of Peter? If you read it, it's called Safwan. Safwan means.
I have Arabic name. You guys are so dumb. If Jesus was living, he was going around in Galilee. What was his name? His name wasn't Jesus. What was his name?
His name was Isa.
Wait, the Jews called him Isa.
No, that's his real name. There is no such thing as Jews. We tried to explain this earlier. This is called Israelites.
Wait. The Pharisees called him Isa. They called him Isa.
Israelites. I don't know. You keep on I thought distorting your Bible.
You guys are so stupid.
You think there's a religion called Judaism in the Bible? You think there's a people called the Jews or something in the Bible? It doesn't exist. It's called Israelites.
What language did Jesus speak?
Yeah, it could have been spoken Arabic or Hebrew or Aramaic. He wasn't Greek.
What Jew spoke Arabic?
I actually believe he spoke Arabic, but that's besides the point.
Wait. What proof that you have that? So you literally just make up stuff.
I'm telling you, so making it up. You think God is speaking Greek? I don't know why you don't get it. You think with the translation, you go description.
Go and eat your hamburger, bro. You know.
Nazi, would you take the Latina's translation of the Quran as scripture?
It doesn't matter. Are we talking about the
Nazi, would you take the Latina's translation of the Quran as scripture?
You're reading a translation from a translation, Chris.
Exactly.
You don't read the real source.
But that's why you're in this mess, though, Chris. Do you not understand Lost in Translation?
Nazi,
like nothing. If I had to speak what you've just said in my language to my parents, I would lose it in translation. I would not be word by word. I would be giving you my interpretation of what you've just said. So it's the same thing. It's whether we like it or not. That's what happens with even the translations of the Quran. You have to have. We have the original language.
You as a woman and say,
man, you're a bit of an idiot. You know that.
I'm gonna let
you don't know. The guy is basically, Chris, you have a problem, really. You know what's the problem? Is that first of all, you don't even know the text. You're actually reading the translation. What translation? Even a translation in English from a Greek translation. And that's only a translation. Okay, and when you read the teaching, what are the teaching? You don't even know. Okay, so you have a problem. Okay, so it's better really to educate yourself, read the text and be brave enough to read not your text, but you read the text and be brave enough and to see that you are not but a Gentile dog, son of or whatever. And that's what Jesus called you.
And by the way,
you don't have any covenant of salvation from Jesus.
Honestly, I'm being honest.
You're lost.
And Chris, by the way, sorry, about if you felt honestly any attacks. Honestly, this is only very good part.
Look. If Jesus,
but just Chris, I just have to apologize. I'm going to give you the mic honestly straight away.
If Jesus,
Chris, we don't generally do this in this room. The reason why is because many Christians, including yourself, came kind of hot into the room. I hope you don't feel that we're trying to attack you or anything. We're just having a very heated discussion. I hope. Yes. So I hope you just take it as a heated discussion, no attack. I actually believe you're a nice guy, honestly.
Dude, I don't care.
The mic is you. That's fine. I'm just telling you, honestly.
Wait. If Jesus is a Jew, read in the Hebrew scripture and evidently
spoke Aramaic. Where did Jesus self-proclaim to be a Jew? Chris, show me one verse that Jesus says that he's a Jew, that I'm a Jew. I'm Jesus a Jew. Show me where in the text Jesus says so.
So you don't believe Jews live there. You don't believe Jesus is a Jew.
Israelites.
You're retarded. So what if Jesus is a Jew? How is his name Isa?
Because it's a Semitic name.
Look, Jew means that if he's Jew or Christian, these are sects. Allah says, do not yield to mushrik. Let me finish, man. For God's sake, mute up. Mute up, please, brother. Look, the Sunnah of Allah never changes. Nothing new was said to you to Muhammad that wasn't said. So this is to Muhammad. That nothing new was said to you that wasn't said to messengers before you. I have enjoined on you the same religion as Noah, Abraham, and so forth, and including Isa. Now, Allah tells us that don't be of the mushrikeen, of the associators, of those who divide their religion and become sects. Every faction is rejoicing in what they have. The Jews were rejoicing in a schism far. The Christians have rejoiced in a schism far. The Sunnis, the Shias, etc. You want to go on. So why would Isa come in and be a sect and advocate to say, yeah, I'm a Jew. He was an Israelite. So please, let's sit there. Even you know this. Come off it, man. You know about sects and you know about factions. You know it happens.
Even Jesus, even in the Bible.
That's a word.
You don't see Jesus self-proclaimed to be a Jew. Never said I'm a Jew. Never mentioned that.
That's a word concept prophecy.
Well, where did Jesus say I'm a Jew? Where? Show me in the text. Where did Jesus say I'm a Jew?
That Jesus said he was a Jew.
No, say well. How come you say he's a Jew? Show me where did he say that he's a Jew?
People following the Torah speak in Hebrew, and literally from the tribe of literally from the descendants of the Israelites.
Well, excuse me. Show me where did Jesus says he's a Jew.
I never said he did it. I just gave you the definition.
Jesus
I just gave you the definition. This guy's retarded.
Look, Chris, I don't want to. I want to answer. Where did Jesus say in the New Testament that he's a Jew?
I'm not even going to entertain your game. Jesus was an Israelite. He wasn't a Jew. If Jesus was an Israelite speaking, he literally following the Torah. He spoke Aramaic, evidently. He wasn't speaking Arabic. If Jesus was an Israelite, his father was an Israelite. His father and all the Israelites that were there. How can his name be Isa?
Answer just one question. How many questions I put, and we don't even want to answer. Say I don't want to answer, but I just want to know from any Christian. When it says Jesus was a Jew, where did Jesus say that he's a Jew? In the line. Well, he self-proclaimed to be a Jew.
I never said you did. Can you stop asking the
in the text, in the New Testament, I'm not concerned about at the moment. Where Jesus self-proclaimed to be a Jew?
I think that this is Jew, this is Hebrew or Semitic. Jesus Christ. Do you think these words are actually Semitic?
Semitic doesn't mean you speak Arabic, you retard.
I'm asking you, are they Semitic? You keep on calling them Jesus
Arabic.
Is it Semitic?
I'm asking a question again to you. Where did Jesus self-proclaim to be a Jew?
This guy's retarded. When did I ever...
Idiot. Hey, you. Where did Jesus say that he is a Jew? Self-proclaimed to be a Jew. You faggot. You're an idiot.
This dude's retarded.
You're blind. You're cold.
So if Jesus was an Israelite and he was following the Torah, reading the Hebrew and the Aramaic scripture, how can his name?
Jesus says that he is a Jew.
Matter of fact,
that's the question. Show me one line. Okay. He said, "I am the Father one." He said, "I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It is not right for me to take the children and throw it to dogs." He said many things. Where did Jesus say that he is a Jew? This guy's an idiot or what? Are you a retard? Hey guys, listen. I've been to America, but I've never seen such a retard in my life. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, they should take your citizenship. They should take the American citizenship from this guy, honestly.
I'm glad you're not even in
can't be that stupid. You're so stupid. You're so stupid, bro. I mean, you're so stupid. Well, I'm asking you a question and you're running away.
You're calling me stupid, but you believe that Jesus and his time period...
But you're
you believe Jesus and his time period... You believe Jesus and his time period was called Isa. You're stupid.
I don't believe that Isa and Jesus are the two same person. Period.
No one said you did.
Yeah, one is a fictional character, the other one is a real character.
It's a fictional character.
Wait. He says
this fictitious Jesus who called you dog. This is fictitious Jesus who called you dog. Where did he say that I'm a Jew? This guy's a fictitious, all right? I believe so. But where did your fictitious Lord, okay, who called you a dog, did he say that he's a Jew?
I never said he did.
This God who called you a dog and a swine, where did he say that he's a Jew? In the text.
I never said he did.
So why you believe that Jesus was a Jew? Why? Because you worship the Jews? Because America sucks from the Jews?
That's why.
Is it because of that? Tell me. Is it because the Americans love to suck it from the Jewish dicks? I'm worshiping Jews?
Yeah,
just tell me why. Why you suddenly your fictitious God suddenly became a Jew?
You said what?
Yeah, well, my question is, how come you believe that Jesus is a Jew? If Jesus never self-proclaimed to be a Jew.
Yeah, he did.
He said so many things, including I was always sent to Israel, not the dogs. He called us dogs, he called us swine, but never self-proclaimed to be a Jew. So how come you guys believe that Jesus was a Jew? Why?
Yo, retard.
Who fooled you?
He did say that, retard.
I'm sorry?
He did say that, retard.
Where did he say that? Show me, you fuck.
John 4, idiot. John 4.
What did he say? Did he say he's a Jew?
I'll read it to you. Sir, the woman said, I conceive that you are a prophet. She's referring to Jesus. Our ancestors worship on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we worship is in Jerusalem. The woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship that you don't know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. You retard?
Question.
Wait. You mean to tell me please tell me your logic.
Jesus says I'm a Jew? Jesus says I'm a Jew?
You're retarded.
Jesus says I'm a Jew here? Do you think that Jesus said I'm a Jew? You're not answering me. He said you Jews. The Samaritan said you Jews. It's not Jesus says I'm a Jew. It's the Samaritans. The fuck Samaritan woman said you Jews. Jesus never said I'm a Jew.
Did Jesus affirm it?
Do you understand that?
Did Jesus
didn't say that. And if you read it carefully, it said we worship. It doesn't say that we Jews. He never said we Jews. He didn't say we Jews. He said we worship. Never said we Jews worship.
Wait. Quick question.
Can you read the text?
Wait. Look. I don't want to call you retarded. I want to ask you a genuine question.
Did he say we Jews worship? Did he say we Jews worship? How come God worship another God? How come God worship another God? Okay. Did he say we Jews worship? Worship? He didn't even say we Jews. And God's supposed not to worship. If Jesus is God, he's not supposed to worship anyone.
Can I ask
See how fuck you believe is? See how fuck you believe is?
Wait,
you retard shit, you motherfucker. Excuse me.
Can I ask you a question? Was Mary the descendant of
Jesus says we Jews?
Was Mary the descendant of Judah?
Sorry?
Was Mary the descendant of Judah?
Where did he say that Mary is the descendant of Judah?
That's what the genealogy says.
The genealogy is talking about Zechariah, you fuck. It's not talking about Joseph.
What does that mean?
This genealogy.
Wait. What does that mean? Oh, now you want to discredit the genealogy. That's how I know Muhammad is a false prophet.
Yeah, this genealogy has nothing to do with Mary.
That's how I know Muhammad is a false prophet.
This genealogy is genealogy of Joseph, not genealogy of Mary.
Oh, yeah, genealogy. Right? You're just now saying that.
Yeah.
Mary.
These guys are fucking retarded, just like other Christians. Many Christians believe the same shit without reading the text. Listen. The genealogy is genealogy of Joseph. The genealogy is genealogy of Joseph, you stupid fuck. It doesn't talk about genealogy of Jesus. Alright? Now, if you believe that Joseph, that genealogy is that genealogy of fuck is a genealogy of Joseph. It's not genealogy of Mary. So if you want to make it a genealogy,
Joseph is not
Joseph
his father.
So you fuck. If you believe that Joseph is the fucking father of Jesus, that means Jesus is not the son of. Is not a son of.
I never said that. I said Joseph is not the father of Jesus.
If Joseph fucked Mary,
Take Joseph here so fast. Take Satan out here so fast. I literally said Joseph is not the father of Jesus. Why are you talking about Joseph?
So first of all, that genealogy is the genealogy of Joseph. But if you believe that Joseph fucked Mary to bring Jesus, that means this Jesus is not our Jesus, it's not our Messiah, and Mary is not our Mary. Okay, that proves that. But this genealogy is the genealogy of Joseph, bro. This genealogy is not the genealogy of Mary. Got that?
Right. So John 4:22 literally says, Jesus says, "You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews."
Yeah, that's one thing that you as a goy, don't have any salvation. You as a goy don't have any salvation. Only the okay. That means that you. Okay. First of all, you have a problem here.
You're done. You're an idiot.
Yeah, one thing. First of all, look at the problem. Look at the problem in this text. It didn't say we the Jews. Look at that. Look at it. It didn't say we the Jews. Hold on. It didn't say we the Jews.
He literally said that.
He didn't say we the Jews. He didn't say we the Jews. He didn't say we the Jews. That's the biggest problem. You just inserted we the Jews. The word never said we the Jews. The second thing, if Jesus is a God, you shouldn't worship another God. How come a God worship another God? That's the second problem. The third problem is that salvation for the Jews, not for the dogs. You see this shit? You see this shit? 3 shits you have. The first thing, he didn't say we the Jews, he said we worship. The second thing is that God not supposed to worship any other God. Otherwise, he's not a God. The third thing, he says salvation for the Jews, not for the dogs. You understand that? You don't have any salvation.
So Jesus didn't have salvation.
You just see the text how it's actually shit. You've got 3 problems with this.
You just admitted Jesus was a Jew. You just said the salvation wasn't for the Jews. Jesus wasn't. So salvation. Wait.
He didn't say we the
wasn't for
Jews.
the family.
He didn't say we the Jews, bro. He didn't say we the Jews. Did you see that?
Yeah. You just now said salvation is for the Jews.
He says we, right? And then if he says you, hey, listen to me, you retard. Listen, look at it. He didn't say we the Jews. He said we. Stop. We whom? We the people of the United States of America? Okay? So this is if we, he didn't say we the Jews. The second thing is that if he said salvation for the Jews, that means you have no salvation. And when you say that the Jews, and when you say that we worship, God doesn't worship any other God. That means Jesus is not a God. Jesus is not a God. See? Does he worship? How come God worship another God? Where God is not God is to be worshipped, not to worship.
Will foster pagan worship ambassadors like you.
Lonzo, what do you think about this problem? Lonzo? Can you hear me, Lonzo?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I just heard you guys, you know.
Lonzo.
You mean this?
Lonzo,
the guy is retarded. How old are you?
Are you a Muslim or what?
No, oh gosh. Chris, you have a problem right now, bro. You have a really, really big problem. Honestly.
No, because you're following Muhammad, he's making you brain dead.
Oh, really? Why don't you get saved, Mr. Dog? Chris, why do you want to be a Gentile dog, really?
I'm my dog.
Why are you accepting this?
Wait, why am I a dog? Why am I a dog?
Yeah, because Jesus called you a dog. And salvation for the Jews, not for the dogs.
Wait, is Jesus a dog? Because he's not a Jew, according to you.
Well, according to you as an Israelite.
Wait. You just now say salvation for the Gentiles and Jews call Gentiles dogs. But you just now say Jesus called me a dog. So you're fighting.
I said that I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He didn't say I was only sent to the lost of.
You're lying.
Wait. Did he say I was sent to the Jews? He said I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And anyone who is not an Israelite is a dog. You got that? Look at the text, Matthew 15, 24, 26. I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Are you descendants of Jacob? So you're a dog, according to Jesus. You're a dog, according to Jesus. And that's why. Okay. This is the problem, guys. This is the problem.
This guy's fake laughing. It's embarrassing.
No, I'm not fine. I'm just saying how fuck you are. You're fucking retard. You see yourself. This is the reason why this is one of the biggest problems you have, okay? You can't even distinguish between Jews, and I want to ask you, where did Jesus says, I'm a Jew? Did Jesus says, I'm a Jew? You didn't see that. He never said, I'm a Jew. Just never say that.
That's how brain dead you are. You think Jesus had to explicitly say, I'm a Jew for you to comprehend that he's saying he's Jewish.
Of course, yes. Because he explicitly said that you were a dog. He explicitly said that you're a swine. He explicitly said that you are not going to enter the kingdom of God, because he says dogs are outside. That's Revelation chapter 22:15. He said dogs will be outside. Explicitly said that. So I was expecting from him to say explicitly that I'm a Jew. He didn't say that.
According to you, if a Muslim tell a Christian you worship Christ, and the Christian says,
you're not supposed to call yourself Christian, bro. This name is given to you by God. It wasn't given to you by Jesus. It was given to you by Paul, maybe, or by someone else. But Jesus called you dogs and swine. That's the name. I'm calling you according to what Jesus called you, dogs.
These guys are retarded. They literally believe that Jesus was called Jesus.
I'm not. Why should I change the names given to you by Jesus? Dogs and swine. That's according to Jesus. I never called you anything apart from what Jesus called you.
Hey, Lonzo, do you support this behavior here in your room? Because Yahweh is full of shit. And the stuff he's saying is fake. It's lies, and you're supporting lies in your room. And hatred. And you're supporting hatred in your room.
Hold on. Listen.
He just cited Revelation saying Jesus said that. That is so inaccurate.
I don't know why you
That's such a...
the word of Jesus.
He's literally Lonzo.
And Lonzo, you support this behavior by keeping quiet.
No, nobody's supporting, man. We just have.
Then why don't you speak out against it?
No. Okay, listen. We just letting it bust on them.
Guess what?
Some have been calling each other names. They've been like doing back and forth. You know.
Can you
just
refute
let them.
that?
Just let them work it out. Just let them. Hold on.
Can you refute that?
Wait. The whole conversation.
Hold on, guy.
I can't refute that.
Let me say something.
If you believe in the Bible and if you believe in Jesus, I wouldn't refute his work. That's there.
Jesus, they call him so.
And I'm not
You quoted Revelations. You quoted Revelations. You don't know what you're quoting then. Because it's not a direct word. It's not direct quote of Jesus. That's not a direct quote of Jesus in Revelation.
Explicitly the box named by Jesus to be the Goyim, the Gentiles.
No, then you just actually contradicted yourself. You're wrong. You're full of shit. And Lonzo, you're supporting this fucking behavior.
Nobody's supporting of Jesus.
These are two grown men talking to each other.
According to the Bible, not according to any other
He
book.
said before Jesus, Esau. He didn't call him Yeshua. She didn't call him Yeshua. She called him Esau. He's retarded.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I believe that Isa is not Yeshua. I believe that Isa, the Messiah in the Quran, is not the Messiah in the Bible. Certainly. That's my belief. Just like the God who's been shafted by a man named Jacob and to be called Israel after a long night wrestling. That's not the same God that I worship.
So you're Allah was a liar then?
The God who's being wrestled and shafted by a man named Jacob. The God I worship. It's not the God of the Quran.
One mic. 1 second.
We have different gods, bro.
Hold on, guys.
You worship your God and we worship our God. That's it.
1 second.
You're full of shit.
Midas, stop. Hey, guys, listen 1 second. I just want to say a few things, right? We're all grown-ups, right? If you guys have a point, each one of them, go for your point for pound. That's fine. There's no problem with it, right? Don't hold punches. All I'm just saying is, like, let's not disrespect each other. Let's not call each other names or our parents or left and right? Let's say your house point is like Jesus and what's the name? Isa are not the same person. Let him defend his point. And you, Chris.
He wasn't the.
No, hold on, Chris. You can also counter him, and you can counter him by putting your point forward. But let's not make it personal to insult people's parents or their religion.
Wait.
Right?
Alonzo, he has no point. That's the thing.
Lonzo,
That's
he
why
literally.
he has to keep talking.
Oh, he had told all the prophets and called me names at the same time, way more than me, and you literally allowed it to stay silent. So don't just tell me some dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly, Lonzo. You should know better than this, to be honest with you. The stuff that was coming out of Yahweh's mouth.
Calm down. Listen. Even before I joined the room, when I joined the room,
Lonzo, I thought you were an actual leader.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, when I joined the room, Chris was actually, calling names, saying all kind of stuff, right? So it's going both sides. So you guys can decide to yourself if you want to respectfully talk to each other, or if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm talking about what Yahweh is mentioning about Jesus, by the way. I'm not talking about what he's mentioning to Chris. I'm talking about how he's speaking about Jesus. And you should know better than that, Lonzo, to support that fucking behavior.
If you don't agree with what he's saying about Jesus, maybe try to educate him.
But your Quran doesn't believe it. Your Quran says he's committing shirk. So you're allowing shirk on your stage.
Midas, 1 second, man. 1 mic at a time. You're not going to shut it. Kyle.
Well, first, I'll speak on my behalf.
That's all. Just come to your
point. I was speaking on my own behalf. And this is my own belief, okay?
On your own behalf, you're a Jahil.
Fine,
You've
I'm
removed
entitled.
all Muslims for the Abrahamic faith.
I'm entitled to.
So what happens to Muslims who commit shirk? What happens to Muslims who commit shirk?
So, Lonzo, I don't care. Allah will protect them.
No, you're going to get your head chopped off, bro. Your head chopped off. We don't want that.
Wait a second. Is speaking lies haram?
Why people
no, Takia is
not allow me
halal.
to speak? Why do you want me? The king is with Paul. This is the teaching of Paul. Said you can be with a Jew, he's a Jew. With the goyim, he's a goyim. With the dogs, he's a dogs. He's everywhere. It's just like he wants to.
So why are you invading with dead dogs?
By his false doctrine. That's what it's called. He's playing.
Why are you invading with period blood? See, the more you try to disrespect.
By the way, you were committing by speaking lies. That's wrong. Just so you know. And you were supporting him speaking lies, Lonzo. That's haram.
Using deception to fall into his false belief.
If you have me,
literally he says, if I'm using deception, if I'm using deceit in the name of the Lord, why should I be condemned? Okay, so he used deceit. Okay, he used deceit in order to feed him into his false doctrine. Anyway, forget about Paul. The devil is Antichrist, and he's a devil in flesh, according to his own word.
No, the devil lies. Does your Allah lie?
But
let's lying like this is just haram, just so you know. Haram, just so
why Jesus is not Isa? If they allow me, I'll explain it. If you want to know why, I'll explain it. Why Isa is not Jesus?
But you're not a
just like I will tell you why the Lord, why the God of the Old Testament is not the God, is the author of the universe.
Right, but
I can show that to you.
Now, so you don't have
okay, a God who's been shafted by a man named Jacob is not the God of the universe, not the author of the universe. By the way, we also believe in the Quran that Jacob is not Israel. In the Quran, Jacob and Israel are two different persons.
Yahweh, speak for yourself. Yahweh, speak for yourself. Your lies do not do your lies.
Yes, of course.
Your lies are lies. Okay, and it's haram. And it's
I speak what I believe in.
And Lonzo, are you going to do anything about this environment here as a leader, or are you just going to make it worse by being complacent?
What's the problem with that? What's the problem? If you hate it, you hate it. I speak according to my belief. Okay, Lonzo. So I was going to say, I'm going to give you...
See, Lonzo, you can't even control your little dog here.
Listen, man. Listen, okay, Kyle, let's not call anybody any name, right? So how he's going to make his point. Listen, guys, we're grown up, right? I hope. How he's going to make his point, everybody listen to him, right? At the end of the day, when he's done, if you think what Yahweh is saying is a lie or it's not correct, then, rebut him. And then, present your facts. That's all we have. That's the discussion. Let's not talk over each other.
What books does Yahweh respect?
Yeah, hold on here. Okay, let him speak first, and then you can ask him your question, brother. Let's just go one at a time, right? And then, at the end of the day, we can all prove if Yahweh is lying or he's not lying. Just simple. So go ahead after you finish. If you guys have questions,
so I've got three things. Yeah, Alonso, I've got three things. The first thing is that according to the Quran, Israel is not Jacob, and also you can see this forgery in the Bible that Jacob suddenly switched the name to be Israel after he shafted the God in a long ride wrestle. Okay, but I will. Okay, hold on. The second thing that Jesus is not Isa mentioned in the Quran, and I will discuss them one by one. The reason why I'll tell you that Jacob. I'll tell you why. The first thing is that.
So Lonzo, just so you know, by you leading with him being able to speak like this is just showing your support for the lies that he is saying.
Yeah.
And I hope you're well aware of this, Lonzo. Like this is complacency. This is complacency that I did not actually anticipate seeing from you ever.
Lonzo, do you want me to interrupt or you want everybody? Lonzo, do you want me to speak or do you don't want me to speak? Lonzo, just say that.
Listen, so after this guy's
let to speak.
Guys, so you can point why he's wrong. I mean, but everybody has a right to speak.
Yeah.
So
Lonzo,
you let him speak first, which showed your support for the shit that he's saying and the lies that he's saying.
But look, if he's saying shit, so after he's done, show how what he's saying is wrong. That's all. But everybody has the right to speak. If you want to go first, then take the mic. But so right now, I'm just saying one of you guys go one at a time, right? So you have started. So let him finish his point. And then you can point out the fact that why Yahweh is full of shit. If you think what Yahweh is saying is crap, just allow him to finish, and then you can point to your facts. And that's
but do we have to support his shirk?
You're no leader.
He's going against the Torah and he's going against the Injil or the Evangelion, the good news, then he's committing shirk. Do we have to support?
The good news that Jesus called you a dog. That's a good news that Jesus called you a dog, because that's a good news. I love this news. That's in Matthew 15, 24, 26. That's a good news. Jesus called you a dog because you're Gentiles. Okay? That's a good news for me.
Right. What did the law call you?
Okay, Midas.
Hey, Lonzo, what the fuck are you trying to do here, anyways?
He called me a Muslim in the Quran. Okay, that's what Allah says. He called me a Muslim. All right.
Is the word Muslim in the Quran?
Hey, listen, if you guys can handle this conversation, let's just mute it.
Yeah,
That's all.
I'm not going to respond to each one of them, okay?
No, you cannot.
So keep your question. I'll get back to you. Yeah, keep your question. Yeah.
Bro, you're a jahil. You are a kafar. We don't want to talk to you. We'd rather talk to Lonzo. Wesley knows his deen. You don't know your deen.
It's better than to be a Gentile dog. That's it. I don't want to be a dog and a swine like you, okay? That's what Jesus called you, dogs and swine. So you can call me a jahil, it's better not to be a dog.
Lonzo, and you're just keeping quiet while that happens. Hey, just supporting that behavior right there. Hey, Lonzo.
Yeah, exactly.
What? You really think you should be moderating groups?
I'm not a dog. What a Gentile dog, bro.
Okay, so now, all right. Hold on. Let me answer this question. Kai, this conversation is not for everybody, right? If you guys want to have this conversation, Chris and Yahya was having this conversation, and both of them were kind of going at it. They were sometime they were able to handle.
Lonzo, I'm speaking about the behavior that you're clearly not speaking out against.
Let me finish.
No, speak about that. The behavior you're clearly allowing, being complacent for, and not speaking out again. You can't pretend to be respectful and allow that shit to happen in your room. That's hypocrisy.
Okay, if it's hypocrisy, then move away. Then get out of it. It's not a conversation for you. These two guys were having a conversation. Chris and Yahya was having a conversation, and they were able to handle it. Right?
You're gonna allow a guy who doesn't
this is the problem with this Christian fascism.
Can represent Islam.
I don't want him to talk.
Allow that.
Expel him. This is like Christian Salafi for what? What's the problem with this?
I'm going to push a guy down. Chris and Yahya was having a conversation. They were able to handle it. You guys came on, you, Kyle, and Midas, you came on. You cannot handle it. Go back to the argument.
No, we can handle it.
These two guys were having a conversation.
You just can't slough off and rationalize your poor leadership here in this room by placing the blame on someone else.
Right,
so that's not what a leader does. Is blame someone else. Actually, a real leader is accountable for their own behaviors and actions.
They want to teach you leadership. Lonzo, you see these people, this guy or these Gentiles, they want to teach you how to be a leader.
Nobody forced me to be here. Nobody forced me
at least
Gentile dogs want to teach you how to be leaders, you know.
And not allow people like
guys, listen, I didn't call you dogs. This was your wrong. This is what Jesus will call you dogs. Dismissing you because of your race. Because you are Gentiles. It wasn't me, honestly.
Is Allah your judge?
I'm really not sure why you're so angry about this fact. You should say hallelujah. For God called you dogs for being Gentiles.
God and your judge, brother. You came to
but that's what Jesus says.
Is Allah your judge?
And you consider Jesus to be God. Okay, your God called you dogs because of your goy race. He's a racist. He was racist.
155A says that
you know that?
Be a judge.
That woman was a woman of great faith.
You're a car, brother. You don't know your own books.
That woman was a woman of great faith.
Your books,
Yet even she's considered to be a dog. She accepted herself to be a dog. She accepted herself to be a dog myself. Even dogs take the count from their master's table. Can you believe this?
You know can you believe this?
I mean, why are you not accepting it? The woman of the great face accepting herself to be a dog.
Well, we can't accept.
She says even dogs take the crumbs from the master table.
And that the sun falls into a muddy pool.
But this is the problem.
But
the woman accepted herself to be a dog.
Are you a blood clot for
that's why she's a woman of great faith. Why don't you accept yourself to be dogs for the Israelites?
Are you a blood clot baby?
Why don't you accept yourself to be the dogs for the Israelites? Because that woman accepted herself to be a dog, and she was a woman of great faith.
I'd rather be a living dog than a dead lion. That's within our book. So why do you accept being a blood clot?
No problem. But there is no salvation for the dogs. Make sure there is no salvation.
Actually, there was salvation for the woman that you said was called a dog. She actually got to go to heaven. So there's no salvation in 1971 and 1972. So you can't end the conversation. You can't handle the conversation. 1971 and 1972. Ibn Kathir says all of you go to hell.
Have you ever heard
So have you seen that there's one person that can handle this conversation that just took part, and then you stood by and allowed all of the insults and personal attacks to happen.
But I gotta tell you,
Let him talk.
I'm not calling you dog because I try to really undermine you or negate your name. It's actually not Christ, Lord, your God, call you dogs for being Gentiles.
See, and you still let it happen.
Okay, Alonso.
If Midas can handle it, how can handle it? We all grown up. Let them talk.
You're a moderator, dude. You're a moderator.
If they want to be bastards of God, they can be bastards of God. Are you sons of God? Is Allah your father? Yeehaw, Yahoo, is Allah your father?
He said yeehaw.
See, that's how they act because he knows he's a bastard. He's a bastard of God. He's not a son of God. So as much as this dog thing he wants to put on, they're sons of God. He's a bastard of God. Who is Muhammad's daddy?
Okay, Midas, that's not good.
Who's Muhammad's mother? What's her name? What's Muhammad's mother's name?
See, here, the one thing is that I actually tried to let Midas know that what he was saying was hateful. Not once did I hear that come from your mouth, Lonzo.
No, I don't deal with hate, brother.
I mean, I don't have a problem. The reason why they can even like reason why it was hard. Let's just keep it respectful. That's all. Bro, they wasn't keeping it. I was going against.
Give respect to the text of Christ. I mean, why you hate Christ, guys? Why do you hate Christ?
You're a bastard of God.
Why do you hate Jesus?
You're not a son of God. You're a bastard.
Why do you hate Jesus?
Who is Muhammad's mother and father? What's their name?
I know you hate Jesus.
Jesus'
Why do you hate him so much?
Mary. What is Muhammad's mother's name?
See what he has said. You hate his word.
What is Muhammad's mother's name?
Are you really nuts? Do you know what you're doing, guys? You are really goes against Jesus' teaching. You hate Jesus. You want to refute Jesus by calling you dogs. Don't even not allowing me. You know why Jesus called that woman a woman of great faith? She admitted, says, even dogs take the crumbs from their master tables. That woman is a
So without any moderation or any leadership in this room, that's all this is going to be. So I'm out of here. Lonzo, you should fucking know better.
It's okay, cause I think they actually need to battle it out, and it's necessary that we have these kind of conversations. We kind of tell each other off.
So this type of conversation should happen, right? I agree with that. But Midas, this is the thing. Midas, if you feel insulted by Yahweh, then refute his point by your own point. But let's not be like insulting each other like kids. That's not gonna help. You know.
I'm not insulting, brother. If he's a bastard of God, he's a bastard of God. If he can't say the father and mother of Muhammad, then what's he trying to bring to me of this dog?
Well, I believe it should be like a woman of great faith, accepting yourself to be a dog, and that's why Jesus called her, you are a woman of great faith. After she has said, yes, where this dogs take the crumbs from their master's table. Accepting yourself to be a dog.
I mean, if y'all want to get disrespectful,
listen to me, You know where he got this information from? From Hamid Abdul Samad. We know all these two. This is Hamid Abdul Samad, the guy residing in Germany.
I'm not going to call. I'm called by Allah. They're called by Jesus.
اسمع يا حبيبي اسمع.
Doesn't matter.
دي شبهات حامد عبد الصمد. عارف حامد عبد الصمد? You know Hamid Abdul Samad?
Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, this is Hamid Abdul Samad.
My God called me a Muslim. My God called me Muslim. Jesus called them dogs.
No, your God called you a bastard.
Dogs.
Or God called his son.
I'm calling Muslim by Allah.
You bastard of God, and he was Muhammad's mother and father. You bastard.
Okay,
Who is the mommy
You
and daddy?
are a son of a bitch. You are a son of a bitch.
No,
A
he's
son
a
of a
bastard,
dog.
brother.
And you descendants of dogs and swines according to the Bible. Okay? Your mother is a bitch. And your wife is a bitch. And your daughter is a bitch. And you are a son of a bitch. Because you're all
coming out,
boys.
Your eyes can't help you. Your books can't help you. Which book do you love? Let me destroy it for you. Bring your.
I mean, you don't have books.
I got 97. You don't have books. Believers.
Israelites alone. Okay,
Jesus is
you
your God
bastards.
inside. He
You
Muslim.
dogs, you goyim.
You dog. You are a dog. You are worse than a dog.
Gentile dogs, son of a bitch.
So why do you kill lizards?
You consider yourself to be a human.
Are lizards
Jesus died for dogs and bitch like you.
Are lizards the spies of Jews, man? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay, let's talk the personal insult. If you guys can show a fact, if you guys can show evidence, fact, bring that. But let's not make this like you're a dog, you're a piece of shit. That's not gonna help anybody, right? And by the way, Midas, the other guy is Muslim and he's defending you. So that should kind of give you a certain idea, right? Let's stop the personal attack. If you have a fact, bring it up. So everybody can learn. If you don't have that, just keep insulting each other.
The fact is,
personal attacks. If he's a bastard, he's a bastard.
The fact is, Jesus wasn't called Isa at his time period, and Jesus wasn't Arabic. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, then they make it up like 600 years later. That's why I told, I guess, Lonzo, I can call you Lorenzo or Loins in the next like 600 years, and I'll be fine if we do it by the record. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, what do you mean?
So 600 years from now, somebody picks up this recording, they write down your name is Loins instead of Lonzo. That'll be okay, right? According to your logic. Because you say Issa is supposed to be the real name. But back in the days, you're known as Lonzo. Right now, you're known as Lonzo. So what do you think about your legacy? You're being called Loins. Does that sound good?
Yeah, hold on. So let me try to understand it. So you're talking about Issa. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, by the way, the word Isa means camel.
He's talking about changing the name of Jesus. This is not his name in Arabic, like Isa. He's not Isa.
Yeah, but Isa is a name. It's not like it's not.
Well, I was trying to get that Isa is a translation. It's a translation. It's not his actual name.
No, it's worse than that, Chris. It actually means camel semen.
I mean, he needs to see this guy winning.
Name that's Muslim, where Jesus called you dogs. God chose us. Chosen you. Look at the word chosen you. I love this. I love He chosen you and did not impose on you hardship. The original faith of your father Abraham. He Allah named you Muslim. He Allah named us Muslim, bro. This is in Revelation chapter 22:28, where our Allah named us Muslims. He named them dogs. Jesus named them dogs for being a Gentiles. Can you really see this? I'm not going to call you Christian. I'm going to call you dogs. Dogs for the FKItes. You're the dogs and swines. That's it. It's really sad. It's really sad that you're called dogs.
Yeah. Can somebody talk to this guy inside Arabic or something and ask him which verse?
We are called Muslims by Allah. See the difference? See the difference? See the difference between my religion and your religion?
And we're gonna respond.
See the difference between my God and Jesus who called his dogs?
You can't call God your father, so you are a bastard of God. So this is the difference. So why are you a bastard? Why are you saying a bastard of God?
Equality and
according to your book, 1971, 1972, you have to hope everybody. You have no way to salvation. You have no way to salvation.
Shit, right? Or you're gonna eat my shit because you're a pig.
How do you deal with jinns in Islam? How do you deal with the jinn in Islam? Do you just let the jinn rape you? Do you let the jinn rape you? Keep getting disrespectful. I'm bringing out some very disrespectful verses, brother. Don't do it.
Look at, I pasted the verse for you.
Does the jinn rape your nose?
He has chosen us. Verses 22, 28. See, we have a privilege over you, you dogs and swine.
Yeah, but see,
you want to be a dog and swine? Go ahead. Eat your shit. Go ahead, eat your mama shit.
Every time you do
your mama is also a pig, by the way.
So why do you
accept she's a dog as well. She's a bitch. So you've got two categories. You've got a shit mom eating her shit, eating your shit because they are swine, and you are a dog and you are shit pig. That's what Jesus called you guys.
Not right now, Alonzo. When in
You don't
600
cast
years,
what's holy to the dogs.
and I feel bad for
You
anybody
cast
who's letting this
your
person
to the swine. So that's exactly you are swine and dogs.
Midas,
Right.
you got your match.
Salvation is not for the dogs and swine. Salvation is what?
You met my match with who?
For the Jews? That's what Jesus says.
Hey, y'all. This guy's a moron.
Salvation is not
This
for the
guy,
dogs and
look,
swine. Salvation
I
is for
cannot
the
be
Jews.
matched by somebody who hates their own children.
You guys have no salvation.
Other people
Never
say,
say, I will die
He's
for
not
the
even
dogs.
We're not
Islamic.
going
So this is
anywhere.
that just
What is
asking
the
question.
reason for
Why
swine?
is Muslims accept
I can give you
Islam?
a shit burger.
Why?
Midas, you
Why do
since
you
you're a
let somebody
swine,
speak
a
about
double shit
Islam
burger,
that rejects
a
Islam?
double shit burger.
How
One
does
for
that
me
work?
and
This
one
guy
from
is
your
not a
mama.
Muslim. Do y'all
Okay,
realize he's not a Muslim?
how about shit from
Did y'all
me?
realize
Shit
everything
from
he
your
said and
mama.
stated
Okay, I'm
is
making a
totally
beef burger,
against
beef
Islam?
shit
I think
burger
we're talking
for
How
me.
old
That's
was your
the
mama, boy?
pig.
5? How old was your mama when she got married? 5 or 6?
I'm gonna make a
Demon.
shit for myself.
How old was she?
Your mama.
Was she a
I'm making
muta
a
at that
double
age?
burger.
Did she get passed around?
A double
Did your
burger
mother get
shit.
passed around? We're gonna get real disrespectful if you want to get real disrespectful,
I don't
brother.
eat pigs, by the
But
way.
for the
It's
most
haram.
part, you're just a bastard.
For
And
me,
you
it's
stay in
haram
your
to
bastard ways.
pigs.
You can't.
But since
I
you
don't know
are a
what's wrong
wild
with you.
pig,
Do you have a way? What's your way into
you are a
Jannah? How does a
wild pig,
toddler?
okay?
How does a toddler
this is
get
the
into
problem.
Jannah? What did
Wild
Muhammad
pig
say?
like
How does a
you,
toddler get into Jannah? Who's your judge in God? Is it Jesus or is it Allah? Who's your judge in God in Sahih Muslim 155A? I'll bring references to this Jahil because he thinks that he can still talk monkey talk and have sex with monkeys. And I'm going to expose him for his monkey sex and for perverting the monkey and for trying to then stone the monkey after he left the monkey. Is that what you did? Is that what you did? Jahil, did you have sex with the monkey and then stone the monkey?
to be the dogs for the Israelites. They're dogs. They're dogs.
I wanted to bring up a point. Sorry.
You had sex with a monkey and then lied on the monkey. You're sad, bro. This is sad.
The biggest problem with these people. Okay.
Let's join in with the monkeys and stone the monkey because she was
What is the original sin? What is the original sin
Who
of
was
the
she
dogs and
adulterous
swine?
with? Who was the
Can
monkey
anyone answer
adulterous
me?
with? Was it you?
I just want to know. Midas, show me one verse. Show me one verse that Jesus Christ died for the dogs and the swine.
Jahil, brother. You're a Jahil.
Midas, please.
So, I'm going to show you real quick. Jesus Christ came back to life.
That Jesus
Inside
Christ
the Quran.
had died for
Yeah,
save,
Mustafa
give us salvation
3.55.
for the
So
dogs and the
you're
swine.
in 3.55.
Show
Your
me
Allah
one
said
line,
that
you
Jesus
moron.
Christ was taken in death and brought back to life.
Please.
So why do you still believe that Jesus Christ
Show
wasn't
me one
resurrected?
line from the Bible.
Can you read Arabic? Can you read Arabic? Or do you want me to say
Midas.
Died for the salvation of the
Let's talk
dogs and
about
swine.
what happened between Paul and Timothy.
That's the question.
Let's talk what happened between Paul and Timothy, Midas. You know what happened between Paul and
There's a
Timothy?
monkey here. Midas, am I the monkey?
No.
Look at your profile.
Join me, brother.
What are
Join
you
me.
doing?
Let's go have
Let's go
sex.
on one tangent.
I'm not
do it.
looking at the dogs.
Let's talk about the precision now,
It's different.
Midas.
I mean, in the Quran, yeah,
What do you think
the
about
Israelites
that?
being cast into dogs and swine. I know that. I know that the dogs and swine.
Anybody have
I
sex
mean,
with
some
a
of
dog
them
in
are
the Bible? Or
Israelites.
is
I know
it
that.
just within the
But
Quran?
actually,
Y'all have sex with
you,
monkeys?
according to this
Is it only
scripture,
Bukhari that y'all have
you're
sex with
a
monkeys
swine.
and camels? And
You're not
donkeys?
following.
Or is it in the
I
Bible?
know very well. In the Quran, some Israelites being cast into ape and swine, but you are the swine and you are the dogs according to the scripture of the Bible. That God called you dogs and swine according to the Bible. Jesus called you dogs and swine. Even that woman is a woman of great faith.
Go do voodoo.
You're not even a
Go do
human
voodoo,
being
bro.
according to
Say hands all up in
Jesus.
your nose, I can hear him.
All right,
Go
even
do
if you're a
voodoo.
woman of a
Go
great
do voodoo.
faith,
Did you do voodoo yet?
that Canaanite woman or a Greek Canaanite, Phoenician woman, according to Mark chapter 7. So you guys,
I got $5.
I don't know, but you have no
I want to see your sister. $5, can I hook
All
up
right.
your sister?
Okay, so I'm not racist. I'm just quoting the Bible. I'm not racist. I'm just quoting the Bible.
John, before John.
Yo, if she don't do a good job, I want a refund. I'm just letting you know that right up now.
I'm gonna do the good job, but you should do the blow job according to Paul, who actually circumcised a man named Timothy according to the Jewish tradition that's involving sucking the penis as well, sucking the womb. So I do a good job while Paul did the blow job. What do you think about that? The Paul did the blow job, not a good job, a really good blow job to Timothy. That's circumcision, but I know the circumcision, the Jewish circumcision involving sucking the blood of the womb. That's how you do the circumcision according to the Jewish tradition.
Let's proceed with the blowjob.
Other circumcision. Can you believe that?
You still going?
Can't believe that. Don't tell me about Jesus who's actually being called Christ because he's anointed by a whore.
Bro, you keep going on the split the moon.
Reason who anointed Jesus, Lord?
Don't play with me. I'm going to put that son in the muddy pool.
The Holy Ghost.
Make you go back to the blood clot. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play.
A Messiah who's been anointed by a whore. That's why he's called Messiah.
We gotta say something.
Anointed one by a whore.
Lonzo, I'm gonna knock him back to the blood clot, bro. I'm gonna knock him right back to the blood.
Congratulations. This is the Christ. They believe this is the anointed one, anointed by a whore, according to Luke. I mean, this is really crazy.
What was Muhammad's mother's name? Was Muhammad's mother's name?
Doesn't
whatever
What was Muhammad's mother's name?
I'm really laughing.
What was his mother's name?
His mother's name, not Mary, of course. Not Mary was being. Not Mary, the one who anointed by a whore. Mary who anointed the whore.
Who didn't keep their child and raise their child?
Okay, listen, kid.
Mary who anointed, Mary the whore who anointed Jesus.
Wait, yo. Do you guys believe Muhammad owns the planet? Right, you guys. Okay, listen. Guys, okay, you guys been kids for a while. Listen, so it was kind of entertaining a little bit because Midas finally got his match. Because Midas, you come to this room, you disrespect a lot of people, but today Yahweh gave it back to you the way you deserve, brother. So, I mean, honestly, just take the L and let's move on, right? If you guys have an argument,
who's that? Yahoo? Yeehaw? Yeah. Take the
yeah.
Let's talk about how Paul took it into his mouth. Let's talk about the great good blow job by Paul. Let's see how Paul was affected. Let's expose him. Paul. He went to circumcise. He went to spread the good news to the Gentiles.
You understand how
Gentiles were spared?
Say something about Islam and somebody say about the religion.
Paul the deceiver. He went to circumcise. The Gentiles. He went to circumcise the Gentiles because James and the other taught you can't do that. You can't spread the gospels to non-Israelites. No, I'm going to circumcise them as well.
So do you
believe about circumcision? Don't circumcised.
The Mary has more power than the law. Inside the Quran, Mary has a son without a husband.
The circumcision of the heart.
Yeah,
that was the whole.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say, but you have a guy who took it into his mouth. He took the penis of uncircumcised men to his mouth. Because circumcision.
Stop, wait, I don't want to go that deep into Islam, but I don't want to talk about Hussein and Hussein. Please stop where you're at. Wait, brother, stop him before I start going to Hussein and Hussein and those tangents. And I'm telling him to sit down in the circle and keep quiet, please. Don't allow him to go down this route, bro. We don't want to take him to
Exactly the same thing, Timothy and others. So what do we call this?
Hold on, Yahweh.
Okay. Paul the blowjob giver, or Paul the dick sucker, or Paul
Hold on, guys, 1 second. Listen, okay, Yahweh, let me ask a question. Yahweh, let's be grown up. So you said somebody was sucking the penis of a child. Right? Who was that person, and where did you get the data from?
Well, basically, that's not in the Quran. Never. We actually, Lonzo, there's no even teaching in the Quran for circumcision. But the problem is this: when it comes to the Jewish circumcision, which Paul performed, it's basically for sure, and that's what the Jews. This basically meaning what? Then the Jewish circumcision is basically a guy who's been circumcised. You have to suck the wound of the penis. This is the Jewish circumcision, and this is being performed by Paul. Circumcised other men. Okay, normally the Jews will be.
Talking about that.
Circumcised 7 days. 7-year-old baby, okay, a 7-year-old child, or a 6-year-old child, or a 9. But when it comes to
this guy is acting retarded.
look at that with adult men, adult uncircumcised men. So basically, sucking the wound is there.
That's in the Talmud. That's in the Talmud. That's not in the Bible.
How about
you realize that?
Midas, meet Mike. How is that?
How many people talk over
And he don't believe in
One
the Old
second.
Testament.
Okay, how? Please, guys, meet your mic, please. 1 second. We need to have a sense here, right? So you have made his point that in Jewish tradition, they suck the wound out of the babies, being circumcised, right? Now, hold on. Now, you're gonna meet your mic. Midas go for his point.
In Hebrew.
It's called Bepe, but it came around the 3rd century, not the 1st century. It had nothing to do with Paul. It's actually Talmudic, and it's practiced by Jews who are explicitly against Christ. Wait. So it's practiced by Jews who are explicitly against Christ. So now you have a problem with you. So you should address the Jews about that. Leave Christians alone. We don't suck penises. I don't know why you're scared.
What's it called?
So he figured out
it's
himself,
called Bepe,
what about
and it came
abrogating this?
Yo, Taco, can you shut up? Wait, what's it called?
Bepe. So that came in the 3rd to 6th centuries, and that came with the Talmud. That's a Talmudic practice. Bepeh. And I would love you brothers to go against the Jews for this. I do it regularly, right? It's also within Nidal 45b. Right? So if you want to study it. But these are all Jewish practices of the Jews that rejected Christ. So he's going against Jews, but we're all Christians. Thanks, bro. Good job. Thanks for coming on our side.
By the way, Jesus himself was circumcised in that way. Jesus himself was circumcised according to the Jew, according to this way. 2nd century BC till now, the Jews is practicing this Brit Milah, which is called Mezuzah. And also they call it Mezuzah. Okay, so they do it to infant boys. But this guy, this faggot called Paul, did it to elderly men. He actually took the schlong to his mouth.
Can he take that argument to a Jew, please? And can we get back to the point that he's a bastard?
It's called Bepe.
Okay. So basically, this is the thing about these guys. A lot of people, when you read Acts, I think it's Acts chapter 21. Let me find it for you, but hold on. It's basically the story.
This guy's just see. This is the thing, right? This is when you start doing research on the fly. You just make it up, and you hope to find something that will go along with it.
Do it for one reason. I know you're doing it because you want to cause a distraction. They know they will find it out. They'll come to you, and basically it's just done. The information is being received.
So you already got exposed. You're going to a Talmudic practice. You're going to a Judaic practice.
It's done. The information is there. You just look for it. Okay,
you guys should stop over talking. One at a time. Okay, so Midas, you just read.
Christians, listen,
right? I'm reading it right now.
Okay, go ahead, Lonzo.
I'm reading it about now, and it's about infants, like circumcising infants, not sacrificing them.
Okay, so the point is this, right? You guys agree that what Yahweh will say is a practice that exists, right? Because me personally, hold on, let me finish, guys. You guys just keep over talking. This is crazy. Personally, I live in New York City, right? There's a lot of Jewish people out here. No, hold on. And we know the Jews, it's been even shown. The Jews in Brooklyn, for example, there's a lot of Jews. My neighbors, I have neighbors like Jews, I left right. It's like our neighborhood. There's Jewish people, right? Some Jewish people actually came online on YouTube denouncing the fact that some of the priests, that's exactly what they do. They suck the blood out of the penis. So now that's established fact. But what I don't understand is why you Midas. I mean, you're not Jew. You're not Jew. So why are you defending that that issue? That's
brother. I exposed it. I said you need to call them out on a regular basis, and I gave you the timeline of when that practice started. And I also showed you the link with the Talmud. And if you look at the Talmud, you will realize that's the same place where your Allah got for his Quran the story of Jesus Christ.
This is the timeline when Paul was there.
So even
Midas doesn't want to hide the fact that his Paul basically put dicks into his mouth.
Whoa,
That is the
hold
problem
there,
here.
hold there,
So he
Bessie.
wants to shift the
Hold there,
timeline
Yeehaw.
into 3
Yeehaw,
AD.
relax, bro.
This is the problem of
Like, what's going on with you, bro?
playing games.
I gave you the
The Jews
timeline.
will tell you when you
I
go
gave
to
you
ask the Jews, he will say
the
this is
practice.
way before.
Didn't I even give the name?
This is
because I researched it and didn't I even tell you?
It was way before Jesus, okay? That's because they want to hide the fact that. Do you know why?
I can't take a guy like this seriously.
Do you know why? Okay. You know why Paul actually said later on, it's not the circumcision of the flesh. Hold on. Do you know why Paul said
Because you're not saying to one point when we are responding to your Shubuhat, you keep machine. He's like a machine gun.
Please allow me to speak, Muhammad. Abdullah. There's a problem. You see, you're not gonna leave me. You're not gonna let me speak.
It's all trash.
You see, you're not gonna let me speak. You see his weaknesses. He's so scared. He's so scared.
That's what you're giving us here in Mali.
You're so scared. Allah, you're so scared. You just open up the mic sooner and talk.
And he realized that he's a bastard.
You are just scared. You don't want me to finish. You don't want to expose you for a faggot. He was actually doing other circumcision. Okay, I will tell you I was just gonna tell you how he was so faggot and why he changed the covenant. He said from now on it's nothing to do with the circumcision of the flesh, but the circumcision of the heart. Because he can't take the slums. He was like trying to go for peace, but he can't take the slums anymore. This guy became a bitch. This guy became a bitch too close just to so many people. How come you're gonna continue doing this thing? And that's why he said it's not the circumcision of the flesh, but the circumcision of the heart. Boy, listen, this is Genesis chapter 17. This is the covenant that should be taken generation to generation to generation. If the Jews actually suck in it, that means you have to suck it.
Does this guy sound less disrespectful to anybody on the stage, or is it just...
This is Genesis chapter 17. If the Jews are suck it, so they suck it. They're doing it to infant. You're talking about, the child not more than 7 days old. But this guy Paul was doing it to adult. Now this is Genesis chapter 17.
Man,
the circumcision is
if you disgust, you can use a straw.
Where does it say in Genesis 17 that a penis was being sucked? Show us that verse explicitly.
Yeah, well, that's the explanation is there in the Talmud. How to do this thing?
Here we go.
This
again.
is how you should do it.
Yeehaw, you just showed it.
Jewish style.
Explanation is in the what?
The circumcision
explanation is in the what?
Style.
Explanation is in the what?
Bring a milkshake.
Explanation is in the what?
And then
you just destroy your whole argument. Explanation is in the what? The Talmud.
This is the Jewish
circumcision. I don't know why.
I know you will sure. Go and ask the Jews how they perform the circumcision. It's there. We can see it. They suck it. They suck it. Just like what Paul did.
Your record of this sucking
Paul himself has been sucked.
600
Jesus has been sucked. According to Jesus has been sucked. That's not a problem.
Was molested by
everyone
his
should be
cousins
sucked.
and his
Paul,
uncle.
he was sucked.
In the biography of
he was sucked. And he sucked for others.
Also
he was like,
this guy was molested by his cousin.
And
he said he was doing right. Then his uncle molested him at 8 years old. You realize that? I mean, you're not bringing very good argument.
No disrespect. Let's not talk about Muhammad. Let's not bring any disrespect. He's long since.
He was, he did 69. He did the 69 acts with Timothy. I will suck it and you suck mine, and that's it.
One finger on his head, man.
Man who says little raisins. What is a little raisin?
Just really crazy.
What is a little raisin? The Prophet Muhammad sucked the little raisins of Hussein and Hussein.
I don't have that. Where is it? Where does it? If you show me where, okay, hold on. First of all, our circumcision doesn't involve any suck.
The penises.
That's your circumcision. That's a circumcision called the Asiatic covenant, bro. That's the Asiatic covenant circumcision. It's not ours.
That's warning.
What do you say, Lonzo? Somebody who's
we're not disrespect Muhammad, brother. You know, we're not here for that, right? Nobody
No, but I have the verse.
You disrespected St. Paul multiple times.
Paul is not a prophet. Paul is a faggot.
If I have the verse stating that Hussein and Hussein got their penises sucked by Muhammad, is that a problem? Is that disrespect if I actually bring it?
Do not sit up, man. I'm telling you. Stop.
Yeah, I don't
mentioning Jesus' body.
What's the reasons?
I do you believe that Hassan and Hussein did exist? Are they mentioned in the Quran? Al-Hassan al-Hussein. They're not mentioned in the Quran. What's mentioned of the Quran? What's mentioned in the Bible?
I think
Jesus called you dogs.
You're supposed
that
to
Jesus called you dogs. And the path that Jews stay, like
why Islam? You have a Muslim on stage, you pull away the sun out.
But I don't see.
Great job. Why
at the moment? They not exist. They don't exist with us. But Paul did it. They suck it. How? Look at the Jewish type of circumcision. Look at their practice. They suck in it, and they say this is 200 BC or even more.
1925 Quran.
They say that.
Muhammad and Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari.
Let him see.
I'm not talking about Sahih Muslim. I'm talking about if Muhammad did this, all Muslims should do that. All Muslims should do that. This guy has the question, why are Jews doing this?
Give him a chance. Not saying
Why are Jews doing this? Paul is from the Bible, and Paul used to suck it, and Paul was sucked, and Jesus was sucked. And Paul did suck in it. So the Jews there,
He's focused on not only Paul, but also sucking penises. What's going on with you, Yeehaw?
Yeah, but he was sucking it, just like we see the Jews. No,
why did Jibril stay inside the room with Muhammad for hours, and Aisha thought that Jibril and Muhammad had an affair going on?
Sucking it.
And why did Jibril take him
so Paul did the same thing.
No,
young handsome man?
Insulting and being.
Okay, but we're talking about Muhammad. Where are they? Even the Shia used to do that. Where? It doesn't exist.
Yes,
it doesn't exist. It's just an allegation. It's
and this is why Yeehaw
but when someone telling me
them 10 black gins.
A 12-year-old nephew how to work on a computer these days.
Hey Doc. Hey Doc. I need that.
What's up, my man?
So if I ever
Well, you requested another $20. I already sent you 25. I ain't gonna send you.
No, I'm saying no.
Y'all ain't requesting nothing yet? I mean, put y'all cash out.
In the later on days, like if I was to request something with you, definitely.
Hey, if you end up getting locked up in juvie, I'll put money on your books. How about that?
You don't get no. I've been to do.
No, Tay. We ain't doing that, Tay. Nah, don't do that, Tay.
You don't get money on your book.
Nah, Tay.
Hey, I never went to jail before I was 35.
Tay, don't do that, Tay. You can't
man,
just
I'm gonna tell you, I've been a dumbass since I was 35.
I ain't been in jail.
I just dropped $400. You can't request nothing, Tay. I just sent you that. I just sent that. The dot for you.
Yeah.
I just said, nah, you can't just do that, the dot, though. Nah.
Yeah, no, I asked for a couple
No, I just put $25 on your books, man. What you talking about, man?
I told y'all, I know a little stingy motherfucker when I hear it, but I'm gonna go on mute. Y'all don't understand. Y'all gonna learn to listen to me, bro. Like,
no, it's not stingy though.
You just sent me some money off the rip, though, yesterday, Jazzy. What you mean?
Bro,
you get him.
What? What happened?
He sent me some bread yesterday.
And I sent you the money that Doc sent me.
And I just sent Doc some money just to send. I just sent Doc the money for Tay. Doc can send that to whoever right now.
That's what you gonna send it, man. I think that's supposed to be mine.
That's what I said. Y'all not right. Y'all not right. We right. Nobody put their cash up in the chat.
My friends, I want to take with it. Take it with this. I'm done. Yo, that's my money. When can I get the money?
Nobody ain't put their cash up in the chat though.
My cash app is at the top of the.
Put it in the chat. We need all the cash.
Please put it in the chat.
Miss Parker, put it in the chat. Trez, put it in the chat. Shaw, Keita Bug.
Trez, I put yours and mine in the chat.
Nah, put yours.
Thank you for whoever just sent me them $100. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
That's so nice.
Oh Thank you. Bro. Oh my God, yeah, they did. I already know they did.
That's so sweet.
Bro, hey, she ain't capping. I've been known to bless some people once or twice.
Oh my God.
Well, no, did you send it?
All right,
did
Jazzy.
you send it?
Thank you.
And I ain't seen nobody's shit. Fuck all y'all. Yeah, remember that, bitch. Remember that.
Bro, that was a part of me. You forgot.
No more.
You forgot that was a part of me.
We ain't gonna be broken no more.
All right, well, say something. Say something.
I don't want to be a player no more. I just crushed a lot.
Come out, fuck y'all. What? We ain't broken. What's happening now? You gotta split that money or I'm gonna hack to your character.
Well, chill out, Tay. Chill out, bro.
Take your cash out down. Now they trying to take the money back, Lord. Yeah, watch this. Hold on.
Chill out, bro. All right.
I ain't gonna do it to him.
Jazzy, that's a part of me too. Don't forget that.
Hey, till I just need my money.
Don't forget that, Jazzy.
Hey, I need my money though. I need some half of that money.
Ain't nobody send me no $100 motherfucking dollars. Ain't nobody send me shit.
We know that.
You're saying I've never sent you $100?
No, I'm talking about today.
Oh.
Yeah, we talking about right now, dog. Go back on mute unless you finna do it right now.
All right, look, hold on.
Hey, you sound like
Nobody ain't dropped their dog. All right, fuck it.
Don't tell me what I sound like.
I was the only one. That's what I'm saying, Oscar. Why are you begging people when I just told y'all I need some money?
Who begging? All right, send it in. Send it in.
Begging people.
Send it to Jazzy then, dog.
Cash App. Nobody's dropping that fucking Cash App.
Send it. All right.
I'm trying to understand what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
Send it to Jazzy then, dog. Nobody dropped that cash
Don't
up.
send it to me. No, keep up with it.
Who's gonna pick?
No, don't send it to me. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm gonna send it to you just to make you feel bad.
Hey, don't send me shit. Let me pick a female. Hold on. Wait, Doc, can you send me something too? Let me pick
No. Women.
I am a woman. Doc has sent me money before. Doc has sent me money before.
Oh, see, no, you definitely can't. But this is a part of my money. This is my money. This is my money. This is my money. Why is you doing that to Doc?
Shut up.
Why is you doing that? I don't care what he did. No, listen. This is my money that I just sent Doc, and he's got to pick somebody going, and it got to be a woman.
No, let me pick. I am a woman. Why you picking me? Doc, let me pick me. Where's some niggers at? Hey,
oh my gosh, bro. You about to get, bro.
You just say where's the niggers at? I just put my niggers up in the chat. Hey, Doc, I'm finna choose, so you gonna send the money to you. Where you have kids up in here?
And drop the just sent some money to him. Hungry.
I can't hear you.
We just sent.
Drop your cash up in the chat.
Drop your cash out.
For what? No.
Well, we've been sending money around, and you're the next recipient.
Hey, Doc, send it to little boy. Oscar, you don't want to a trans during Pride Month? Oh,
hey, don't spread that rumor. Don't spread that rumor.
I'm trying to understand.
Who? Which one?
Give me the fucking money.
Which one? It's corn pad. Say stupid. Oh my God! I dropped something in the water.
You can't blame Oscar. Get out. Hey, Doc.
He picked XO. Who he picked? Nobody ain't put they cash up in the chat, y'all. Two males.
I'm about to.
Trent, what's your cash out? Let me put it over there for mine.
Don't play with me, Jazzy, what the hell? Don't play with me, though.
Hey, y'all are disrespecting me. Oh my God, thank you. He sent it to me. What? Oh, is that from Brisha? Yeah, he sent it to me. Money. Go! Get out, get street credit. You gotta get credit.
Oh my God, Doc.
Whoa, dog. No, not my money. That's not a part of my money. Send my money to somebody else.
Cornbread, thank you.
No, send some money to somebody.
No,
that's not a part of my money. Dog.
Fuck y'all.
That's not a part of my money, dog. No.
Tranny's money, dog.
That's not a part of mine, dog. No.
A tranny is a person too. We don't get no fuck.
Dude, I didn't even see the money you sent me, Oscar, so I didn't send anymore.
You send it? You see it now?
I didn't. No, I'm charging my other phone. No. My other phone's the one that I have my PayPal on.
Hey,
I'm looking at it while I'm talking to you on this one.
Oh no, I sent the cash out. What you talking about? I sent it on cash.
It's not in my. It's not. It doesn't show as a ledger. It doesn't show as a ledger.
PayPal.
Your name, yours is what?
Yeah.
This Ryan
Sanders, right? You are so pretty.
Dot CC3.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tactical casualty combat.
Hey, Oscar.
Yeah. All right, so when Doc came, well,
I'm in. All right, I'm in. Oh, okay. What is?
No, it
shows what Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I send you plenty of money. What you mean?
Yeah, I take money back.
Bro, y'all act like Chihuahua.
Why y'all can't take money?
Bitch, I want my money back.
That's
just told you I give you a card.
Wait, you guys sent this little kid money?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but I told him I was broke and I need some money, and they keep asking.
And I just told you I
who can we send money to? Who can we send money to?
You put your cash app up. I just told you.
Ain't that crazy?
Jay, you get money every fucking day. Shut up, Jay.
What the fuck you talking about, nigga?
Chill out. The day just started. The day just started.
The day
It's 2 p.m. man. It's 2 p.m. I've been up since 7 a.m.
The day just started, Jay.
And I already spent $220, nigga.
Yo, Jazz, go get your money. Go get your money, Jazz.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all not no real money getting niggas. Don't forget the realest.
I'm out of kid. This ungrateful little.
If you got a real kid, you ain't never sent the strangers, no, man.
I'm at 100K.
What, nigga? I'm get some up.
I just want money. You not a real nigga.
I dropped. Give me that
That's what I'm saying. Y'all send me money, I'ma send Shy money. That's how this works.
You don't need no money. You need EBT cards.
Man, everybody need to shut the fuck up. You don't know what I need, bitch. I just spent $220 already, and it's only 2 o'clock. Nigga, I spend money every fucking day. What the fuck is you talking about?
I don't know about to send some more money out, Jazz. What are you talking about?
If you don't need nothing,
you're not about to get no money, Jazz. I'm about to say,
I'm
real sober and I'm real trolly right now, and I don't give a fuck. I don't show everybody. I'm gonna keep hollering and talking my fucking lungs, and I don't care.
Dog, you're trying to dog.
She needs some money first. She needs some money last.
I'm on it today. Don't say
what are you talking about, dog?
Call my phone ASAP.
It's not my account. It's not showing on my side.
Like, oh, you just got some money.
What's your phone number, dog?
Spit the motherfucker too.
It's in my profile.
You said you needed the money first, so you should have got the money first.
No, I'm about to show you.
The day still gone. Count in my pocket. Nigga, talk about how much money I got last week. So what? That money's gone.
I'll tell you if it shows up. I'll see you.
It's a new week, nigga.
Next day we'll work it out.
New week, new money, new cash out.
It just not showing up on my side in my ledger.
Shy.
I'm really good with books.
Jazz, my milk.
Look.
Hey, what's up?
This your cash out, right?
My milk. Is that Tia Beanie?
No.
like John. He got my respect.
I don't want your damn respect.
But Johnny's amazing.
Bitch, shut the fuck up, nigga. You gonna get it right now, nigga.
I'm getting up out of here.
You go be a nigga. You best be going north right now. Freedom's calling for you. Follow the yellow brick road.
I'm trying to find a room to cook.
Well, go, Uncle Tom. You can't see, nigga. There ain't no gospel jubilee.
Hey.
You best be going now. Follow the drinking hole. Say hi to Harriet Tubman for me.
Y'all want to see my blood demon art?
Oh shit, the nigga's still here. He's confused where to go. Left or right?
This motherfucker, this nigga is
Oh, he left now. He's freedom now. Lord, he's freedom. All right, who's next?
Why did you run him away? Johnny's one of my favorite black people on this
Shut the fuck up. No, I...